elders once said, time is a living, breathing thing. Powerful, beautiful, and oftentimes cruel. It can humble the strongest army, shape mountains to its will, and turn entire oceans to dust. But time itself is not free from jeopardy. There are those who seek to control it, corrupt it, change it to suit their dark will. And if that ever happens, the universe will need a true hero to stop it. Are you ready?
Okay, here we are again. The intro has played out. So, let me press the start button and the load button. And the load button. There we go. Let's see. This is the old one, right? Yeah. Okay. So, we will get started in, let's say 1 minute. That should be good, I think. We started a little late, but that's okay. Not as a little late as I usually am. So that's a good thing. Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Yes, good evening. How are you? Welcome. We're just about to get started. Let me take another drink and then we will get started, actually. Gotta come up with a nice one-liner or quip for the beginning of the episode. Right on the spot here. I definitely didn't think that through before getting started today. Oh boy. Alright, here we go. So this may be the end of an era, folks. Ratchet and Clank may be going their separate ways. Clank has to become senior caretaker of the Great Clock, and we'll be going and checking in on him momentarily. Ratchet and General Azimuth might be stopping Dr. Nefarious at the end of the day. Should all work out pretty nicely, but I imagine there will be at least a bro hug somewhere in the final farewell. Let's find out. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Ratchet and Clank Future, a Crack in Time, Stream Edition. Last time, we explored the entirety of the rest of the Korthus sector, took care of all of our planetary interhopping, and now we have a new sector that has opened up to us. We need to go to the Bernilius sector, where a faint signal may direct us to Nefarious' next evil deed. Let's go see what we can do. I'm also going to swap the radio, because we haven't heard pirate radio yet. We won't hear it for a little bit yet, though, because instead of, actually listening to it, I'm going to look at all this and see that most of it is complete except for the actual major planets. And we've done everything that I want to do up to this point here. We can get the last Zoni in the Korthus sector if we go back to the Agorian Battleplex, but not just yet. The last tournament is not opened up just yet, and it won't be until we jump to the Bernilius sector. So that is the plan. Let's travel over there. We'll see how Clank's doing, and then we'll see what that signal's all about. You do mean good night. You barely slept last night and you're super tired. You could fall asleep at any moment. Alright, Lifeblood, that's no problem. You should get some rest, so that way you're feeling a little bit more on top of things, Always good to get some rest, get some energy back. Especially if you didn't sleep well the night before. So I'd say go for it.
What is next on our temporal to-do list?
Well, most of the planets are repaired. I ordered us a new quantum entanglement modulator, and time cleaners are eating away the residual facility rifts, So, only one last thing to do. Test Mnemonic Station Iota.
Okay.
Mnemonic Station Iota.
Yep. As in, Iota test the Mnemonic Station. Hey, sorry. Orvis is
Hey,
such
Rockin'
humor
Fun,
rubs
how's it
off on
going?
you after the
Welcome.
first 1,000
We just
years.
got started. We moved off to the Bernilius sector. And before we go there, of course, we have to play through our next Clank section. So that's what we're going to go do. While I'm thinking about it, though, they're making sure that all the maintenance is done on the clock. And he mentioned most of the time rifts are repaired. Let me grab that since I repaired that without even thinking about it. So before we go test Mnemonic Station Iota, I'm actually going to go over here. I'm going to check something, Sigmund. That's where I'm going. Because if you go back here, you can teleport to different sections of the Great Clock that you've already been to. And if you haven't gotten the gold bolts in those sections, you can go back and grab them. In my particular case, I want to go back to Sector 1, because in Sector 1, well, you may remember from way back at the beginning of the game that there was a planetary junction there that we couldn't really do much with because, well, Dr. Nefarious and his supersonic robot was chasing us the whole time, so we couldn't really stop for it. But now that we can stop and go do some repairs, and in addition to that, we can go back and take care of any time anomalies on that planet, we can fix that one, get all the time correct on that planet, and then that'll let us stay ahead of any extra busy work we'd have to do otherwise. So, yeah, we're going to do a little backtracking right now before we go through Sector 4. Do you age when you stop time? That depends on if your mind is also stopped. Like, biologically, if you stop time, I would imagine you stop aging biologically. Because, you know, your body is stuck in that time flow. But at the same time, if your mind is still active, you could perceive the passage of time, even if your time is stopped. That was a weird camera glitch. Sorry about that. So, yes and no. I think it depends on how you look at it from which perspective. So, there we go. Planet Jacindu. This is the one that's busted. So let's go fix it. We'll see what we get out of it. Probably nothing much, but that's okay. I usually do this in the post-game, but I figured since they were mentioning fixing all the time anomalies, we might as well go do this now. So,
in 3, 2, 1.
here we go. What we got here?
Warning.
One up here.
Rift seeker detected.
Seeker. That and that. And that. There you go.
Temporal rhythm impact in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, give it to me. I'm in slow motion, so.
Warning. Rift seeker detected.
Undid that one. That's okay though.
Temporal rhythm inbound in 3, 2, 1.
All these slow-mos right as I'm getting all of the new waves are opening up is actually kind of nice, to be honest. Makes it a lot easier to fix these things, so.
Warning. Rift seeker detected.
Although when we have a bunch of these threes here, that doesn't really help us.
Rift seeker detected.
Oop. You get away from my stuff.
Warning. Rift
There's a bunch of Rift Seekers, too. Do that on a second. There we go. Let's see here. Got a big one. Seeker. That. What else we got? You. There we go. Easy as that.
Temporal normality restored to planet Jacindu.
And for doing that, these little platforms will open up, which will allow us to go and grab this gold bolt. Again, not that this is strictly necessary, but I figured while we're repairing all the time anomalies and testing mnemonic stations, let's stay ahead of our extra work, you know what I mean? So, there you go. Alright, now we can go back to the other sector, to Sector 4, and we can continue on our quest. Kind of hard to tell where I'm going when there's no shadow on these platforms, huh? Oh well. Not a huge deal, just slight inconvenience, that's all. So we'll go test the other mnemonic station and then we'll go from there. Can I get back up there? I don't know if I can. I mean, if I can't, I guess it's not the end of the world, but... You can get back up here, but I'm being blocked by another invisible plot wall that appears to have resurfaced from Tools of Destruction. So I guess we'll move forward then instead.
Warning.
There we go.
Warning.
Yes, Gold Bolt.
Authorized sonic device in Sector 1.
Have gotten the one.
Unauthorized sonic device
Komodo
in
hype.
Sector 1.
How many are we at this point in Gold Bolts? Let me check. I think it told me, but I don't remember. So let me go check. It's in the skins menu. We got 18 right now, so we should be in pretty decent shape to get the, what's it called? That one, the Dan Johnson skin by the end of the game. I think that'll probably happen. I guess I'm gonna have to repair these too while I'm at it, so might as well anyway. Don't want to leave this as some extra busy work to do. Once I'm senior caretaker, I'm sure I'll have interns or something that can do that for me, but might as well take care of the work while I'm still thinking about it, you know? There we go. A little work over here to do too. Check it out. Some repairs up here too. And there should be a teleporter coming up pretty soon because I think Sector 1 is almost complete at this point.
Alpha 6
So
Nova.
we'll see in a sec. Just a teeny little bit of backtracking, that's all. Backtracking in my Ratchet and Clank Future game? Nah. You can't do that. This isn't the classic trilogy. This is about the extent of the backtracking, unfortunately, in A Crack in Time. There isn't really a whole lot to it. It doesn't have the same feel as, like, some of the games in the classic trilogy, where it's like, you have to go to this planet to get a piece of gear that you'll then use on this planet in order to unlock a new info bot, so you can go to this planet, so you can unlock some new coordinates for this planet, where you'll get another piece of equipment that you can then bring back to the second planet, and you can do more stuff, and that doesn't really happen anymore, unfortunately. There's kind of a nice, almost Metroidvania-esque appeal to it in the classic trilogy, and I mean, it's, you know, it's different strokes for different folks. These games are more linear, which allows them to tell a more, you know, linear story with them. It allows them to keep the plots pacing relatively even all across the game, but I don't know, some part of me misses the sort of circular feeling to the older Ratchet and Clank games and their levels. So forgot that instead of breaking visual elements, you repair them, except crates. Even as a Time Lord, fuck crates. Yeah, exactly. Crates are the bane because they have the bolts inside of them, and they will not give them to me without a fight. So fuck crates. Break them. There you go. Not that I really need to break these. They're giving me like chump change for bolts now. But, you know. Okay, so that's all the backtracking we'll need to do probably for the rest of the game, to be honest. So let's head back to Sector 4, and then we'll actually follow Sigmund to Mnemonic Station Iota. Excuse me. We're going to be doing a couple of things a little bit out of order in today's episode right near the beginning because, well, we did that with Clank there, and then we get back to Ratchet. There's one other thing
What is next
that
on
we'll be
our
doing
temporal
out of
to-do
order.
list?
So,
Well, most of the planets are repaired. I ordered us a new quantum entanglement modulator, and time cleaners are eating away the residual facility rifts, so only one last thing to do. Test Mnemonic Station Iota.
Mnemonic
so
station.
basically, just pretend like I just
As in
did
Iota, test the
that
Mnemonic
little
Station.
section there in between
Sorry. Orvis'
what we
sense of
just did
humor
with,
rubs off on
or
me.
rather, we did in Sector 3 and what we're about to do in Sector 4. Just pretend like I mean, I guess I am a Time Lord, so I could kind of just do things out of order and still get away with it, but,
I have a few things to take care of in Sector 9. I'll meet you at the station.
You need
Okay.
to take it to Sector 9.
I'm coming!
those two have an interesting relationship, that's for sure. Alright, well, I see another gold bolt over there, so let's see if we can grab it. I might have gone a little too late here, but that's okay. Alright, so let's do that. I'll take this. Unfortunately, this is going to send us back to solid ground, but Well, that's fine. We'll just do the platforming again. No big deal. But I might as well pick it up. I mean, I'm right there, so, you know, why not? Oh no, it's abandoned me. The platform abandoned me. Goodbye! I figured the other one was going to come down a little bit quicker. Oh well. At least I got the gold bolt. I don't even care about the crates. Like, we have so many bolts at this point that I will never use that I'm not even concerned remotely about our bolt counts. So, no, not falling for that one again. There we go. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? It's nice that the time bombs kind of auto-track to where you were probably just going to fling them anyway. Like, I didn't have to aim that one to kind of go slightly off-center with the control stick. It sort of locked on to the section where it was going to go anyway. It's pretty nice. Okay, Chronos Terminal 1. We have 4, count them, 4 different time pads to step on in here. So let's go check out what some of the buttons do before we solve this puzzle. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so this one will pull that down. Alright. This one will open that up. And I don't know what this button does, but we can follow the wire to kind of see where it goes. It goes up there somewhere. And probably this is going to need to get moved up from somewhere as well. This is up on that platform. There's a button up there that will move this up. So just got to figure out how we can get up there from where we are here. So I think first things first, let's start a recording, and we'll hit a couple of the buttons, and then we'll go do some stuff after hitting a couple of the buttons. So we'll do that, and then we'll do that, and then we'll do that. And actually, that's enough, because, well, basically, I like to solve these in small steps. So I'll go re-record stuff after doing some small steps and figuring out, okay, that's as far as I can go with this one. Let's go do another recording. Okay, I can go back to the old recording, and I can record over it now, so I can do the same things and then one extra step, so. Yeah, oh boy, time to use these brain cells. Oh, you don't know the half. Well, you do know the half because you've played this game. Wait till we get to the post-game. Those puzzles are where you really got to use the brain cells, that's for sure. Alright, so that'll pull that up. And I definitely can't reach that just yet. Alright, well, I'll let this thing run off and do its own thing. Although, actually, I might want to delete this one and then have it jump off and hit this button on the inside here. So I think I'm going to do that, actually. So let's record back over this.
Temporal recording initiated.
I'm going to do this to give plenty of time to whatever's going to go on that. And then we'll go down. And we'll hit the button. And that gets to stay there forever now because that is actually one of the buttons that we need to hit in order to open the door. So, okay, fair enough. Okay, well, I think we start a new one now. I was going to say we could go record over the old one, but I don't know what else I would be doing with the old one, so I think I'll go over here. And I'll hit a button. Again, just wanted to make sure I gave myself enough time with that other one so I could get over here without too many problems. Alright, so... And then you can stay up here. Okay. Now that button up there opened this elevator. Yes? Okay. So what I want to do now is I think I want to record over the blue. So let me just check and see where it goes. Okay. So it just goes through those two. Got it. So let's go over here, do that. Let it go up. Hit this. And then let me see if I have enough time now to get that in there. No, I don't. Okay. Because I was gonna come back over here with this. and do that so it could hit that button. I might be able to still do that, actually, because I might be able to do this again. Like, have this go stand here, and then wait for the blue to get to where it's standing on the thing, and then go from there, maybe. So
Temporal recording initiated.
let's try that. Let's do this. So, like, you stand over there and pull this up. And then, when blue goes to do what it does down there, whenever that might be, that's when we pull it up, and then we both go hit the switch. Okay. And then after this, red is just going to probably go up where blue is, and then red will just follow past blue, and we'll then leave well enough alone. We'll leave in the red one.
Initiated.
Alright, so let's do that. Let's do that. You can stay here for a minute. Till that happens. And the green one goes inside. There we go. Now you go over here. And then we both go hit the switch. And there you go, doors open. So now all we got to do is take the red one and head for that far elevator. And then we can just ride it up with blue, and we can go on our merry way.
Initiated.
So that's what we'll go do. This one's not too bad. I do like the nature of the Clank puzzles overall, though, in this game. They're very cerebral. They keep your brain doing stuff. I like that. Also breaks up the gameplay so it's not just shooting. And I like that too. Alright, so now we go this way. And then we go this way. And I was going to say, are there any little creatures trying to kill me? But no, there's not.
Malfunction detected
Cool.
in Deck 9 particle accelerator. Running diagnostic.
I wonder if that's the thing that Sigmund had to go and fix, that Deck 9 accelerator. Yeah, I really like these puzzles. They're really good. I have heard people say that it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that they're here, but I'll be honest, at this point in the story, I think I could tell you my thoughts on that. So imagine that you're the operator of a place like this, and you have to stay here forever, right? Why wouldn't you make everything a bit of a puzzle that maybe it can change over time and make it interesting for yourself, so you actually have something to use your brain on? Like, that just makes logical sense to me. Of course you'd turn everything into a bit of a game, because otherwise you'd be bored out of your skull doing all this shit all day and all night, every day of your waking life. So.
Error 47? That's ridiculous! Stupid machine, it falls apart at least once a week.
Perhaps it is because you do not know how to fix it.
I'll fix you, computer.
Yeah, their relationship is something, these two, Sigmund and the
You mind
thing,
giving this station a whack?
the overall computer. Alright, so let's do that. I'm just gonna fix all this stuff first, Sigmund, and then we'll go from there. Might as well use my powers for good. And then I'll whack that one. And also, the other puzzle that makes sense is lame AF. You talking about the wave-based temporal ribbon thing? Is that the other puzzle in that case? Because, I mean, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that one.
Do you mind,
So.
sir?
Let me go on in, Sigmund. You're all 4 puzzles that don't make any... Yeah, all in for the puzzle that doesn't make any sense. Speaking of not making any sense, hello? Oh, you're not Orvis. What the hell are you doing here?
Hello.
Oh, it's you. You gave the old ticker a start. What are you
Yeah,
doing all the
two
way
could
out here?
say the same. I could say the same thing to you.
Your memory banks?
Uh-huh.
I must have taken a wrong turn somewhere.
Literally, how?
What with all the emptiness?
Oh my
Well,
God.
no matter. Aha! Here's the culprit. Now what could this thingamajig be doing cluttering your brain?
That is Ratchet's Omni-Wrench.
Probably cluttering his brain because he misses him.
Oh yeah, furry little fella. Don't think I've ever seen you without him. Ooh, you two.
You haven't watched Secret Agent Clank then, have you?
Friends, but I have new responsibilities.
Moving on, huh? Well, we're all trying to find our own path in the universe. The hard part is taking those first steps. Come on, I'll give you a boost.
Thank you.
Go ahead. If he's your friend, he'll understand.
Why am I going down here?
Coming.
Plumbers don't just go diving down strange pipes all willy-nilly. That'd be ridiculous.
You might want to ask Orvis that. I think he'd have something to say about that.
By the way, I wouldn't risk any more than 6 minutes.
Don't you mean 9 minutes? At least then they could have made that funny reference, but no. 6 minutes. I have no idea what he means, but
Neural activity there for a second.
considering the fact that the plumber saved the plot with a MacGuffin and Tools of Destruction, it probably is something very plot relevant.
1. Mark.
The reason why I mentioned, by the way, that Orvis might have something to say about what he said about plumbers going down pipes is because in the English version, Orvis is voiced by Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario. So that's fun. Oop, I didn't hit that. There we go. Or is it Charles Martinet? I don't know. I'm always confused when it's just that one T at the end of a word. Because some people have it silent and some people don't, so. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We're just doing some repairs in the Great Clock with Clank.
Malfunction detected.
Ow.
In
Getting some
9
stuff done.
accelerator. Running diagnostic.
There we go. Oh, there's more. Great. Oh, there's 3 of them now. Fantastic. I'll be with you in a moment, sir. There we go. Probably should have used my time bombs there a little more, but that's okay. There's some nanotech right up there, so we should get back most of what we just used up. So, not really all that concerned. It's no big deal.
Updating rift prevention protocols. 53% complete.
Yeah, there we go. See, back to full health in no time at all.
91% complete.
These visuals remind you there's an Insomniac Museum in this game, if you remember right. I think you're correct. I think there is one in the post-game. I've never been to it, so I think I know how to unlock it, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never actually been inside of it. So that'll be the only part of this playthrough that'll be blind, so that should be fairly interesting for us. Alright, another Chrono Station. We have a couple of buttons. Let's see what they do. This button gives us platforms. Okay. What about this button? I like to press the buttons before I start recording things, just so I know what everything does, you know? It just makes it work a little easier for me. And that'll pull that down. Okay. So, I say we record this. For now, we'll just do
Temporal
this.
recording initiated.
And we'll stop. Now over here, we'll record getting to that button, and then we'll stop. And then we'll probably have the yellow one go run the gauntlet over there to make it so it can actually get there. Niece and nephew are here, coming in out of your room for toys. May leave to play with them later, depends on what they want. Alright, Conker, sounds good. Go play with those niece and nephew.
Temporal
Give them a little bit of extra spare time. I'm sure they'll be happy for it, so. Sounds like a plan. Alright, so this. And then that. And then we can stop. And now the yellow one should be able to get across the platforms and up to the upper level where it can press something to maybe get the blue one up.
Initiated.
Let's go find out. There we go. This will pull that up. Okay. This will open this door. We'll leave that like that, and then you go press a button. And I think you're done, Yellow. I think you've done everything you need to do. So now we can record over the blue again, and we'll see where that goes. Alright, so you throw the time bomb and then do that for yellow, then step off, and you can step on the thing, and then we'll have green follow up after that, and we'll go from there. So
Temporal recording initiated.
just gotta make sure I get there before yellow goes for a jump. There we go. Beam me up there, yellow. Thank you. And then I'll have blue go in here just to take care of this right now. Alright, there we go. Now green can follow blue. And then, let's see. So that means red will be the one to go through the thing there, if we do it that way. Although red could also follow... No, I'll have green follow blue, that's fine.
Temporal recording initiated.
And then we'll just have red do the other stuff later. Gonna go get this while I'm here. Because the only thing I need to do is go over here with green. So... And that'll give us all 3 on switches. So now all red needs to do is hold the button down till yellow gets past it, and then throw a new time bomb and kind of follow behind those 2. Although that might be a little bit of a quick cut. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Initiated.
Like, I might have to cut it a little close when I'm doing it with yellow. We'll see. Don't die. Okay, it didn't die. Good. I don't know if I have enough time, though. No, not quite. Okay. So I need to wait around a little longer on yellow in order to do that. Alright. That's fine. Actually, hang on. Let me do this real quick, just so I can record over this and do this. And then you can just stay there. So now yellow, let's have you kind of hang out for a hot minute. And then, let's see. Now you know what I'll do? Here's what I'll do. So I'll do this. And we'll bring this up here. Like, we'll go all the way over here to where we'll be able to get on the elevator. We'll bring those 2 up so they can go to their buttons. We'll press this to get blue in its thing. Okay, so blue's in its thing now. And then at 31 seconds, I'll pull this down for red, who can then go through the door while yellow hits the switch. There we go. See? That works pretty good, I think. And now we just got to have red press the button until yellow gets off of it, and then follow behind everybody.
Temporal recording initiated.
So everybody go do your things. There we go. And with that, yep, everybody's in place, everybody's on a switch, and off we go. See, that was not too bad. The ones that you solve for the main story aren't too bad. The ones that you solve in the post-game as a challenge are a little bit more difficult. They take quite a bit of brain power to be figuring them out, but yeah, we'll get there. I don't know what this is all about, but I guess since this platform popped up, let's go check it out.
Repeat, blockage detected in antimatter turbine 8.
Can I check it out? How the hell do I get over there? It's not like I have a platform or anything that will let me go over there, right? Oh, I see. The platform doesn't show up until after. Fair enough, I suppose. Well, we're correcting up some more time anomalies while we're here, so we might as well. One just died.
Time anomalies detected on planet Fastoon.
Okay, well, I should probably fix that then, shouldn't I? Alright, let's grab this first, though. See if I can jump up there and hit this.
Auto repair sequence complete.
Yeah, just gotta-
Solar chamber echo.
Just gotta jump a little bit, that's all. Oops. Not enough hang time. There. Yeah, it looks like this one will just get us a gold bolt as well. Although this might be the hardest one, because I definitely don't remember
Temporal
this
ribbon
one. But,
impact in 3,
well, we'll see.
2, 1. Omni sequencing complete in temporal substation Delta. Warning, rift seeker detected. Temporal ribbon impact in 3, 2, 1. Warning, rift seeker detected. Warning, rift seeker detected. Temporal ribbon impact in 3, 2, 1.
I usually like to try to press those a little bit close to when I'm actually hitting this stuff, because like as soon as the wave starts, because it lets me
Rift seeker detected. Time calibrators coming online in 3, 2,
hang on. It lets me
1.
hit things up a little bit quicker, easier, like right at the beginning of the wave. That way, you know.
Warning, rift seeker
There we go.
detected. Temporal normality
So that wasn't too
restored
bad.
to planet Fastoon.
And that'll get us this. Now, you'll, I think you eventually get a treasure mapper in this game. As a matter of fact, yes, you do, from the Agorian Battleplex later,
Malfunction detected
when you do the
in
Rarity
Deck 9
Cup.
particle
So if you couldn't get that
Running
before because you
down
didn't know how to get here, well, you'd be able to get here a little easier. Excuse me. Once you get the treasure mapper, so. Twitch crash for you, as Rock said hello, so you're on mobile now. Oh, okay, gotcha. Don't know if your second message went through. I only see the one about your niece and nephew, so I think that was your second message. So that if that's the one you're talking about, yes, I saw that one. So, but sorry to hear that Twitch crashed again on you. Hopefully it stops doing that, because good lord. Oh, speaking of good lord. Definitely using a time bomb for these guys. That's a lot of paratropes. Oh, and there's these guys too. Alright. Shouldn't need it now. Yeah, there we go.
Time calibrators
Because we're in
coming
good shape
online
now.
in 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Just get right over here. So I don't whiff the platform. There we go. Also, don't fall off the platform in the process of using my melee attack. That wouldn't be good either. There we go. Oh, Sigmund, here you are.
The chamber's right this way, sir.
Blockage detected in antimatter turbine.
Well, this is it. Behind this door is the master switch for the entire facility. XJ-0461, on behalf of Orvis and in accordance with his wishes, I present to you the Orvis Chamber.
I feel like that's... I mean, I guess it's a bioscanner of some kind for it, but... I don't know, I feel like that's not enough security. Shouldn't we, like, lock the door on our way in or something? Don't want any stray sonic scramblers getting in here. But let's see what's inside the Orvis chamber.
Come on.
Not much different than what was outside the Orvis
Great
chamber.
lengths to protect this room from those who would abuse it.
Is that why the whole room is
Control
coated in
terminal
glass? Maybe that glass is sonic scrambler resistant, I don't know.
He loved you very much, you know. He was always XJ0461 this and XJ0461 that.
You'd think once I started referring to myself as Clank, he'd start doing that, but okay. Maybe it was before that.
Hello, XJ0461. Or should I say, Clank?
Yep.
Here, in this very chamber, I watched over time. And now that you understand the power of the clock, I must ask that you protect it at all costs. For even the slightest misuse of its power can rip the very fabric of existence. The clock,
Yeah, I could see that being a
like
problem.
time itself, is a gift and not to be tampered with. But like any father, my only wish is that my...
What the? What happened?
Were you in the middle of something?
See, this is why I said lock the door. Because then this'll happen.
I've got you now. Take this and now the haymaker.
Well, how do you expect him to win? He doesn't have any arms.
In your face.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
What is it?
You were correct, sir. Clank led us straight to the Orbis chamber.
Splendid! Notify the Valkyries. It's time for Unnecessarily Evil Initiative Omega 91.
Right away, sir.
He's holding his ears even though he's a hologram. Great.
I didn't send for a massage. Go away.
Would you cut me a break, pal?
Oh my god. I know that nurse's outfit. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. Well, while Quark is fiddle fucking around over there, we're in the Bernilius sector. So. Now we can go make a break for our whatever signal we got there.
Ratchet, come in. I just picked up a looping transmission on one of the emergency frequencies. Tell me what you make of this.
I don't believe it. That's a distress call with Clank's signature.
Well, I'm glad you could figure that out, because to me it just sounded like space noise.
Acquiring coordinates now.
Just think. By tonight, your friend will be safe and the clock will be ours. I'll be there as soon as I can.
You'll have to forgive me, General. I'm a little more concerned about one of those things than the other.
Ah, now that was a great tune. Hey, what are you putting on next, Captain?
What do you mean, me? I'm just a bloody head on a bloody
I see Pete and Slag have their own radio show now, so that's fun. Anyway, we've acquired the coordinates for Planet Vapedia directly over there. But before we go to Planet Vapedia, you'll notice that there's a very head-shaped space station directly behind us over here. And, well, I'm gonna make a bit of a pit stop at Nefarious Station before we go rescue Clank. Because, I mean, you never know. He could be botching the radio transmission. It could be that Clank is not actually there. By the way, you have to press L2 to get the barrier to blow up. That was the final upgrade that we already got, so... But yeah, he could actually be holding Clank here, and we would never know if we just went straight for Planet Vapedia, so... We're gonna go here first. Actually, the reason why I'm going here first is because there's a weapon that I can buy here, and I want to start leveling it up as soon as possible, so... We're going to grab it while we're here. And in addition to that, it'll allow us to get our next Zoni upgrade, because the Zoni is actually outside of the station where we can get it right now without needing Clank, so... For whatever reason, your PC itself had been having trouble maintaining a connection to the internet since last night. Oh, that's not good. Wonder if the internet adapter might be having some problems. Oh boy, hopefully not. Hopefully it's just a little minor fluctuation in the system, that's all. But yeah, this place is weird. So let's go see what we can do while we're here. I think Buzzblades are in order for these guys. Yeah. Especially since it doesn't take a whole lot to get them to V2. Yeah, the enemies here give a pretty decent chunk of experience, so that helps a little bit with getting rid of them. Unfortunately, even though there's an armor shop right here, they still don't have the Hyperflux armor available, but yeah, it'll become available later, and then we'll get it, so I'm not really worried about it. Meanwhile, in the weapons department, though... Aha! Well, you know how I like the Rift Inducer in Up Your Arsenal? I don't think this one is as good as the one in Up Your Arsenal, but it's still pretty good, and let's find out why.
The Rift Inducer 5000 was created to fill the death by interdimensional being niche.
That is a very specific niche.
By our engineers, enjoys moonlight strolls along the beach, reading and mulling on
The little clip of it just walking with its tentacles on the beach coming out of the interdimensional portal always get me. Thanks, Fred.
5000, available only at Grumblenet.
Oh boy. It's a fun weapon. It summons a death demon from another dimension to fight for you, so. Unfortunately, you cannot get ammo for this from ammo boxes, so you're going to have to use it a little bit sparingly, and it is very expensive. But we have plenty of money with which to buy it, so I'm not really all that worried about it. But yeah, we'll use it probably in similar situations to where we would use the Groovatron glove. And in actuality, they work really well together, the Rift Inducer and the Groovatron glove, so we'll probably use them in tandem for a little while. But first, I need to buy it, so let's do that. And the last weapon in our arsenal is going to be the Magnet Launcher, and spoiler alert, we'll be getting that as soon as we touch down on Planet Vapedia. So that's why I wanted to come here, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get the Rift Inducer until after Planet Vapedia, and it does have its uses over there, so I'd rather get it now so I can start leveling it up. Because believe it or not, we're actually pretty close to the end game at this point. We've only got a few planets left, and then we'll be done, so. Alright, but let's stick that down there, and then over here is where the Magnet Launcher is going to go. I'm actually going to move the Mega Constructo Pistol over here as well, because we'll be getting one other weapon that I won't be using that I'll just stick over here on the Quick Select or something. So, but yeah, so let's test out Fred, shall we? How many of these guys are there? Oh, just a couple? No, that's fine. Fred, feeding time! So yeah, he'll just slurp the enemies right up for you. It's pretty good. He does pretty good damage, too. He doesn't really stay out for too long at V1, but once he has left the battlefield, he'll throw all the bolts that the enemies would have given you out onto the battlefield for you. So, yeah, he's pretty good. You kind of have to keep running back to ammo vendors to use him effectively for a little while, but it's really not a big deal. Alright, well anyway, there's a couple of things that we can find over here as well while we're here. It's not just the fact that I wanted to grab Fred, I also wanted to go up here and grab another Constructo mod. And then there's a Zoni out here that we'll go grab as well. So we'll go get both of those and then we'll leave and we'll be in good shape. What do we got now? Ricochet. Okay, so this will let it bounce off of walls and stuff, so if you're doing indoor battles, especially in small hallways, it's probably not too bad. Not particularly useful here, but, well, you know, I think I usually prefer Impactor out of all of them, if I remember correctly. But, well, I usually don't use the Constructo Pistol beyond the first couple of planets, so couldn't really tell you. How are we doing on our other weapons, by the way? Okay, that's V4, that's V4, that's V4, and these are obviously V1 and V2, but everything else is V5. Okay, cool. So we'll keep that in mind. And we'll probably mess around with these weapons until they get up to like V3 or V4 as well. I'm not really worried about V5 with most of my weapons. Well, there's the Zoni right over there. Because the one of the last planets that we go to gives a lot of weapon experience. So that will make our lives of getting V5 a lot easier. We might still end up getting V5s before then, but, well, we'll see. Oh, okay. Apparently, me stepping on that one box was enough to set off those other boxes. That's fun. Here we go again. Just a couple little Terratropes out here, apparently. No big deal. But we also have an Omni Soaker. Crystal? I don't really know if these are crystals, because they kind of like... It just looks like a bunch of liquid suspended by that magnetic field or that electromagnetic field there to me. Like it kind of undulates a little bit, and that's not how crystals work, so I would assume that it's just a bunch of liquid water suspended by an electromagnetic field. It's kind of high-tech. I like it. Kind of strange, but, well, whatever. Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to kill that guy. Oh, well. got to use a couple of your gadgets in tandem out here. So, matter of fact, we're going to be using all of them because we need to get some oil for this bolt in order to get the Zoni out of there. So let's go see if we can find some, shall we? Before that, we're going to need to hover boot up this way, so... Let's see what we got. Anything crazy gonna pop out and try to destroy my everything? Oh, okay, these guys are somewhat crazy. How about we Spiral of Death? Okay, I didn't quite get that. Oh my god, okay. Oh, this is fine, I'll just do this. I can slide these all over the place, let them do their thing against the little guys. Okay. And the ship is shooting at me. Great. Should probably get out of this corner, huh? Probably a good idea. Also probably shouldn't try to jump into where they're shooting their missiles. Also probably not a good idea. Okay, let's see here. Ah, here we go. Here's some oil. Okay, so now we'll just ride this on back. And then we'll see where the Zoni ends up. Hang on, buddy. I'm gonna get you out of there. Don't know where he's gonna go after this, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Looks like there's a platform that'll take us back over here, so... And it looks like that's where he's a-going. It's right back over here. I was gonna say, I hope I don't, like, fall into the vacuum of space by jumping off early. That would not be good. Come here, you. And there you go. So that's actually all the collectibles here at Nefarious Station, other than the gold bolts, which you can get in other places later. But I think there are gold bolts anyway, but that's the Constructo mod and the Zoni for this area, so we don't have to worry about those eating into our totals now. So another reason to come here, besides just getting the Rift Inducer, obviously get the extra stuff so that it's not affecting your totals. And, of course, it'll also get a Aphelion a new upgrade, and it's a pretty good one if I remember right. Yeah, Swarm Rockets. These are really nice to have. It says it vaporizes most short-range starships, but they actually have pretty solid range. Only things that are all the way out at really long range will avoid these Swarm Rockets, at least in my experience. And for that, we have the proton laser thing. So these are pretty much going to be our standard missile for a good chunk of the rest of the game. So, but yeah, that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to come here, is because it gets us another ship upgrade right before what's about to be a required ship battle to get to Planet Vapedia. So, excuse me. Looks like the old disconnect reconnect trick worked this time. Okay, well that at least is good, Conker. Because that, I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's nice when it does, because that means you don't got to do anything more complex, you know, so. Oh, and I think I glossed over it a little bit, but in order to get into the space station, Nefarious Station there, you need to break the barrier. And in order to do that, you need to have the shield that's on L2. So if you don't have that yet, because you don't have, what is that, 21 Zoni? Well, you wouldn't be able to do what I just did, but at this point, if you don't have 21 Zoni, I mean, you get quite a few just from the regular planets you go to, so go do a little exploring. Get a few more for yourself. Every little bit will help, as you'll see here, because now I'm going to actually switch this off. So, proton cutters we want for that. So that's there. And then for these, we want swarm rockets. And now we are very, very well prepared for the ship battle that's coming up here. Looks like the depot doesn't have a whole lot for us this time, though. But let's give it a stop just in case. I mean, you never know. There might be something that somebody has to say. I filled up on ammo already, though, so we should be in good shape otherwise. Hello, sir. Alright, yeah, we don't need anything from here. And there's no new armor until later. Oh, excuse me. So... oh, don't want to run into that. Lots of ice crystals apparently out here in the vacuum of space. Can't say I'm surprised. Also out here in the vacuum of space, a rather large ship waiting for us. Hi there.
You picked up on our little signal. Unfortunately, this is as far as you go.
You'd like to believe that, but I don't think that's true, actually, Karina. Okay, so we got to defeat the second of the 3 Valkyries, Karina, in order to get onto the planet there. And as you can see, Nanoswarmers, Proton Cutters, they just rip her wide open. It's just, there's no contest whatsoever. We don't even have to target the little ships because all we got to do is tether to her little shielding unit, and that pretty much just lets us take care of her. So. I haven't broken past the assault team. The assault team never got here. There's a big difference there. There is a bit of a cooldown on the swarm rockets, but yeah, they're totally overpowered. It just makes the vast majority of the space battles complete jokes at this point. So. Bye, Karina. Ow. And with that,
Aphelion,
we can
give me
get
a
to
status
Planet
update on
Wikipedia.
Clank's transmission.
The coordinates appear to be accurate, but the signal has weakened by 72.3%.
Probably because she was distributing it.
Clank's in trouble. Hold on, pal. I'm coming.
I mean, I don't know about him being in trouble, but she was probably helping to distribute the signal, so that probably, you know, didn't help any matters at all. So.
Tired of those unsightly blemishes? Fed up with covering up? Then try Q-Pore, my new moisturizing lotion pending approval from the Pan-Galactic Health Administration.
Oh my god.
Does it work?
Absolutely. The patented acidic compound in Q-Pore has been clinically tested to erase those pimples in milliseconds. It's derived from the same biotechnology used by Polaris rescue teams to chew through iron walls.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to hear this anymore. God damn it, Quark. He has some pretty good commercials though on the old satellite radio there. There's one in particular that you get in at a later point in the game, close to the end game, that is just absolutely so fucking bonkers that I can't help but stare in awe every time I listen to it. We'll get there. First we gotta rescue Clank, so let's go do that.
Distress call terminates somewhere inside the Citadel. This calls for a classic smash and grab.
Sounds good. Let's go do that then. Let's do this and shoot these off before the general gets there so he can't take my experience. There is some stuff behind this ship, but I'll go get it later. No big deal for right now. I just want to make sure the general doesn't take any of my EXP on the way here. And it doesn't look like he's going to. So let's go back now. Grab this. Thank you. Some buzz blades. That's good. Armor vendor over there, but again, no armor for us for right now. But we should probably, before we go anywhere, we should definitely look here because yes, we have access to our final weapon now, the magnet launcher. Let's take a look at a classic returning favorite. Not as good in this game as it was, but I'll talk about that later.
Large enemies on the battlefield. Just fire a magnet at an enemy. The ionized orbs will imprison the poor goon in a deadly web of electricity, giving you a supreme tactical advantage.
I like a tactical advantage. Ow.
Make your escape. The magnet launcher. Available only at GrumbleNet.
Okay, so the magnet launcher is not quite as good as it was in Tools of Destruction, but it's still a pretty solid weapon. It has a very specific niche in this game, and the reason why it's not as good as it used to be is because of the fact that, so in Tools of Destruction, when you use the magnet launcher on an enemy, it would last for its full duration, even if they had some form, like they wouldn't have any resistance to it, even if they were the largest possible enemy. Insomniac said, no, that's a little too OP, and then they corrected it, so now enemies have resistance to the magnet launcher. Usually on small and medium enemies, you can still get away with it having the full duration, but on large enemies, and also on bosses, it barely lasts much time at all. So it isn't quite as useful as it used to be because of all the damage that it dealt over time, but it's still useful, just not quite as much as it used to be. So it'll still have a niche here, though, especially on this planet, and we'll talk about why in just a few minutes when we get there. Hey, just a ray of trans sunshine. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome back. We just got to Planet Wikipedia. I bought my last weapon in my arsenal, magnet launcher. And we are going to head off and see what the general's up to now. Okay, let's get some hover booting going. Get this going. And off we'll go. The Zoni back there, but we'll go back there in a second. Just gotta float on back. Or maybe I won't float on back.
We're going to need some oil.
Okay, well, I'll see if I can find some oil. Or you can just make the whole jump yourself. That's fine. Fair enough. Alright, let's see what we can find while we're here. Yeah, there's a battery bot up there, and there's another battery bot. But basically, the oil is in there, and we need to get a couple of battery bots in order to get the oil. So that's what we're going to go do. Just in case I lose my momentum. Sometimes you lose momentum when you do some of those hover boot jumps, so I usually try to hold the button, the glide button down, just as a precaution. Just kind of feather the fire button there. Take care of these little guys. I can't believe I didn't get hit by that plant. Oh, there's another spawner. Okay. Take care of that real quick. There we go. These Buzzblades ammo? Yes, they are. Good. You get a lot of Buzzblades ammo from the ammo crates. Probably get like up to 40, I think. So, it's a pretty solid amount. Keeps you relatively stocked on ammo no matter what you do. So that's good. But yeah, I didn't show it, but there's the oil inside of there. So. Alright, one more to go. Let's go get some more. I think I want to go this way this time. Yep. So we'll go up here. Don't know why that one was so slow, but whatever. Okay, so this is where the niche for the magnet launcher actually comes into play. Like I said, in this game, it doesn't exactly have a significant use against large enemies, holding them in place. Again, I think Insomniac thought that was a little too overpowered, but against flying enemies, particularly medium-sized flying enemies, it does really, really well. So, well, at least at V2 it does. For now, we'll be having to hit them multiple times in order to get some experience, but as we hit them with that, obviously, as you can see, it gets quite a lot of experience from smacking them with it, so that'll help a little bit. I suppose I could also hit them with a Buzzblade or two before I hit them with the magnet, and that'll do a little better for us. So, but that should be good. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Quite a bit of experience there. Get it up to V2 in no time at the rate we're going. I'd like to get it to V2 if I can, because I think it gets a power boost, if I remember correctly, when we get to V2. And that'll be actually very important for something that we're going to be doing inside of the level itself. So, I don't think I can quite get back to the Zoni from here just yet, so I'll figure that out in a minute. Come here, you. Might be able to get back to the Zoni if I go that way, though. Because then I can kind of, like, jump, like, do a hover boot jump and then fly over there. We'll see. Yeah, useful in the context of the game. There's a lot of flying enemies, and these guys you see even on the final stage. Yes, exactly. So it comes in handy for basically the remainder of the game as a nice, solid investment. So we'll be making use of it for the rest of the game as a result of that. All right, let's see if this works the way that I said it would, so I can go back and get that Zoni that we missed. We could always come back and get it later, but I figured might as well do it now while we're here, you know. Let's see. I don't want to use that one. What I want to do is I want to go like this and slide my way over here. Or get blocked by an invisible plot wall and die. That works too. Let's see where it sends me, because I might be able to get back to the platform from wherever I spawn now. So, well, at least it opens the door for me. That's nice. Alright, so let's try going this way then, since it won't let me go the other way. This should work okay, I think. If I grab a ledge. Okay, I didn't grab the ledge that time. So, I either need to jump a little bit at a little bit of a different time, or... Hang on, I'm going to figure this out. I want to get back there from here now if I can. Although, I suppose I could get back there if I go up ahead a little bit, because I can get to those platforms there. And then I can go back to my ship that way. So maybe I'll just do that. We'll go get the Zoni after I get up a little bit further. Hey. Oh, so far so good. On Planet Vapedia.
We just got back from T-Mobile months ago. I'm just got a new phone.
Oh, okay. Nice.
The guy installed everything for him now.
Gotcha.
Which is good. I just gotta update our apps and then start using them.
Okay. Uh-oh, Valkyrie's patrolling.
Yeah. I was just seeing what he was doing.
Let's see, what do I want to use in this situation? Usually I like to save the Negotiator for the heaviest enemies, but these guys are relatively far away, so this should be somewhat useful against them. Normally, these ones I don't want to use the Negotiator on, though, because they're, well, they're medium-sized enemies, and they have hammers, so of course they're going to be mostly in melee range instead of being, you know, anywhere else. But okay, here's where the magnet launcher really comes in handy. You see all these ladies with the wings there? Well, if you use the magnet on them, it will drop them directly to the ground and get rid of their wings, which is actually really nice. It makes them, I mean, they're still at range. They'll fire those spears at you, but you can get rid of them this way a lot easier. So, and get some good experience for your magnets while you're at it. Once it gets to V2, it will completely disable their wings in one shot, although I think it does that here too. Yeah, it actually does disable their wings in one shot. So, but that will come in more handy later on the planet when we get a little bit further, and there's more bottomless pits to play around with. We'll see how that goes soon enough. Yeah, these ladies are mostly melee, so, I mean, if they have a hammer, of course they're melee, but we can handle them.
That ought to do it. Come on. We have to find a way into the Citadel.
Yeah, I'm working on that, General, but I saw a gold bolt back here, and also I want to go back to my ship to see if I can get that Zoni, so we'll go do that first. First, I'll, you know, box bash all this stuff, make it a little easier to get everything, except for that part. I guess I'll do that normally. And we got a swing shot out to a gold bolt over here, so I guess we'll do that first. If I don't fall off of the swing shot, that could be a thing too, but, well, you know. Okay, so that's that. Now, my ship is right down there, so we'll go back that way. We'll grab the Zoni before we go too far. And then we'll just come right back around. Wasn't sure how far that was going to send me. Alright, so let's just go back. Grab a few bolts while we're here. Camo crates? Camo crates. I think I missed those the last time I was down here, so probably for the best that I grab them now. There's some over here, too. I saw them as I was passing them, and the camera was panning away from them. Oh, we're at max ammo. Okay, nice. Oh, and there's more of these guys. Alright. Hey, Fred, you feel hungry? Oh, this should be a good snack for him. He'll bounce around, let him eat his fill. Okay, that will work. Thank you, Fred. Quite a few bolts out of those guys, too. So. Alright, there we go. Almost V3 on the Buzzblades, that's good. I'd like to try to get them as high as possible before the end of the planet. We won't get them to V5, but if we can get them to, like, you know, V3.5, V4, that should be pretty good. Oh, I don't need to use this, yeah. Because to get this Zoni, we just want to blast right off like this. Whoop. Off he goes. Maybe I should take care of the thing directly in front of me first before I get the Zoni. There we go. Any other little guys want to mess with me? Apparently not. There we go. And there's Zoni number 31. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so now I should probably just go the normal way to get back from here. Like, I should probably just take the, what's it called? Take the launcher here, what's the word I'm looking for? The ramp, that's the word I'm looking for. Take the ramp and then we'll go around. Because at this point we can pretty much just go straight from there. Go like this. And off we go. Looks like there was more swing shot targets over there too, but I'm not worried about them. probably just a Gold Bolt or Rhino Holoplan or something like that. It's nothing that I personally care all that much about. So, let's see here. Spiral of Death is almost there. Negotiator's almost there. So then it's just Constructo Shotgun, Magnet Launcher, Buzzblades, and Fred. Okay. This will be good, and I'll do the Spiral of Death for now, because that way it can get to V5.
This airship may be our ticket inside. See if you can unlock the loading platform.
Okay, let's see what I can do. Fancy little puzzle that they've got here, so they'll have you twist this, but as you can see, they've got those blue lights on the outside. And if you just twist it like this, it won't unlock, so you gotta take your wrench and pull these out so that they will line up properly with the little blue powers. I don't even know what those are. Whatever they are, to line up with them so that you can move the bridge. That's the important part.
Follow me.
You're going a little slow, General. What do you mean, follow you? Okay, there we go. I don't even know where he went. But that's okay. Because off we go, into the Valkyrie Citadel. Okay, let's see what we got on this one. So we have... I'm going to twist this just so I can see what we've got. Alright, so I got to close the one on the left and open the one on the right. Okay, so open this one. Close this one. And twist and shout, and off we'll go.
We're in it now.
Perfect. Now we can get into the Citadel.
The galaxy's favorite Lombaxes.
Oh, here we go again with more of the Valkyries, more of the Valkyrie leaders, that is.
Our quarrel isn't with you, Cassiopeia. Hand over Clank and we'll cause no more trouble.
I don't know if I can promise that one.
Cause no more trouble, huh? Karina and Libra are dead thanks to you. And now that we've gotten what we need from the caretaker, his time has come. Valkyries, destroy the Lombaxes!
I would prefer if you didn't, but all right.
Going after her. General, wait!
Wow. General, don't push me off the edge too. Okay, so here's where the magnets really start to come in handy, because it'll clip their wings, and since they're over bottomless pits, they'll instantly die. So that's actually really nice. If they're not over a bottomless pit, of course, they'll just smack themselves on the platform, and then you can deal with them at short range, just like the melee units, but, well, you know, it's fine. And in second, we should have a V5 Spiral going on here. Probably one more enemy, and then we'll be good to go in that department. If you want to get back to your ship, by the way, you can always do it by taking this teleporter, so I suppose if we didn't get the Zoni before this, we could go get it now, but I'm not worried about it, it's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to try to get this to V2, and then get this and this to V5 while I'm here, and then we'll work on the Buzzblades and the Constructo Shotgun and all that good stuff. So if I can get this to V3, that would be good, but I think right now it's probably better to have the Spiral do all the hard work, all the heavy lifting. I'll get those ammo boxes in a second when they're actually useful to me. Okay, well, I didn't get any experience from that yet, but I'm sure I will. And there we go.
You've upgraded to the Spiral of Carnage. 2 additional fission capacitors have been added to your weapon, allowing for 3 simultaneous energy spirals.
So it's basically the Negotiator, except a buzzsaw instead of a missile launcher. Again, it's not that the weapons in this game are bad. It's just that they literally give you 3 shotguns. They give you a missile-flavored shotgun, they give you a shotgun-flavored shotgun, and they give you a buzzsaw-flavored shotgun, so I don't know.
Congratulations! You've just upgraded to the Judicator.
But the Judicator's pretty much just as good as it was, so a little bit worse, but not by much. It gets the job done where you need it to get the job done, so. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome. we're just hanging out in the Valkyrie Citadel trying to find Clank while we're at it. Upgrading weapons left and right at the rate we're going. Here's another one. V3 Buzzblades. Perfect. Yeah, Shotgun Rain, that's why you get 3. I mean, that's probably true. That's probably fair enough. Alright, so now that that's V3, let's get Constructo Shotgun out, let's get Magnet Launcher out, and we'll see if there's an interesting or good situation that I can use Fred in with the Groovatron Glove. I think there's a situation coming up in a little bit where we'll be able to.
Heading towards the training course.
You have a training course? Apparently this is the training course. Alright. But yeah, we got to end up getting down there because, well, there's an ammo vendor and a teleporter right there, so probably means there's going to be a boss fight. But we'll see what we can do on our way. And on the way there, we should get a halfway decent amount of experience for our weapons as well, so that's good. Alright, what do we got in here? Some kind of turret boss?
You wandered right into our Valkyrie training course. No man has ever survived. Farewell, Ratchet. Take solace in the fact that you never stood a chance.
You might wanna not just say that before you can see what I can do, lady, because you might be pleasantly surprised. So, let's grab these guys, and then I can't toss it in because it has not hyper armor, but it takes damage, and it takes it a second to stop taking damage. So let's see if I can grab this and then toss it in before I get blown up. Maybe I should go this way with it. Nope, apparently not. No auto aiming. Whoop. There we go. Ow. That wasn't very smart. Are you two done bickering? I'm already done with the first obstacle. Well, maybe instead of sending me through your obstacle course, if you want to keep it pristine, you should redirect me somewhere else. You ever think of that? That looks like Buzzblades ammo, so let's use them a little bit.
We just lost another squad. Red team, we need additional units. Negative. My team's been decimated. The rebels taken out most of them, and we're still waiting on reinforcements. Just hold on.
Sad for you, then. What are we doing anyway on that thing? Oh, okay. It's not really gaining as much experience as I was hoping for it to get, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So V5, 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 not V5. 1, 2, 3, 4 weapons left, and then there's still the Groovatron Glove, but we'll find a way to use that soon. So today's been a set of highs and lows. Got your car inspected though. Well, that's a good thing. Good to get that out of the way, you know. Love how these work laptops are a special kind of defective. Booting from a cold shutdown makes things not work, but hard or soft restarting still breaks or fixes things. I don't get it. That sounds incredibly inconvenient. That's all I know. Alright, well anyway. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Goodbye, cruel world. Apparently I'm jumping too early today. That's okay. Get a little extra experience this way. Yeah, let's construct our shotgun now. Hello. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Easy as that. Okay. Constructo shotgun, it's you and me for a little while.
Still alive? Well, let's see how you survive a silo of deadly nerve toxin.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Let me just put on my O2 mask. Ratchet, why aren't you putting on your O2 mask? Ratchet, hello. You're not an idiot, Ratchet. Put on your O2 mask. Well, then maybe she should stop fiddle fucking around and do it herself. I feel like I shouldn't even be here. Like, it feels like those two just need to get a room and resolve this shit instead of me being here. Anyway. So yeah, just kind of run against the grain a little bit. You should be able to get the switches that way without too much trouble. The gravity on these platforms seems to work even if you jump over them, though, which is kind of funky, but, I mean, whatever. Literally booted from cold shutdown. Suddenly you couldn't connect to the VPN server. Restarting apparently fixed that, though. Oh, boy.
I'm tracking her right now. Just hold off the rest of them.
I'm sorry, Ratchet. I should have known the Valkyries faked that distress call. It was foolish of me to suggest the assault.
I mean, to be
All
fair...
right now is Clank. Help me find him, General.
And we were going to have to take care of these Valkyries eventually anyway, because they're bound to have become a problem no matter what we did, so... I wouldn't worry about it, General. We'll be fine. Actually, I think this little situation coming up here is a pretty decent place to use the Groovatron, but we'll get there. Let's get there first.
Reinforcements have arrived. Mobilizing all available units.
I couldn't quite direct hit them. You can, if you direct hit them directly when you are on top of them, it does obviously pretty good damage. So, okay, so here I want to use the Groovatron in tandem with the Rift Inducer because it actually, well, of course it does pretty good damage, but in addition to that, it holds the enemies in place nice and still so Fred can manhandle them and take care of them without too much of a problem. Thank you, Fred. That should be pretty good. How about I do a magnet for you, and then the rest of you. I guess we'll construct those shotgun this. Okay, there we go. The magnet's level 2. Perfect. Oh, hang on, I gotta show you something cool. Here, hang on. Okay, so the Zoni's on the platform, right? Watch this. The Zoni dances with the Groovatron. That's great. I mean, of course it helps with the Valkyries, but I'm just glad to see the Zoni's being able to entertain itself. Wait, that Rift Inducer opens a rift to the Cthulhu dimension? Yes, and apparently it's named Fred. Yes, that's our Cthulhu demon's name is Fred. Yep. It's a pretty good weapon, all things considered. It doesn't gain ammo from ammo boxes, unfortunately, but it's not bad otherwise. Alright, I'm going to use this against you on the ground and then do this to still get the magnet some experience that way. There we go. See, now they both get some experience. Not bad. And if you go over here, which is definitely not the way you're supposed to go, you can get another Constructo mod. Let's grab it. Yeah, our Cthulhu demon is named Fred. Oh yeah, they do that. Yeah, it's great. This game is killing what little of your sanity you have left and get rid of your sanity. I have to work. I need my sanity. Oh boy. That could present a bit of a problem, yeah. Okay, so the Scorcher upgrade for your Mega Constructo pistol, it essentially does what the Raritanium upgrade in Tools of Destruction did for the Combustor, where it leaves a little trail of fire. So, at least I think that's what it does. To be honest, I've never really used it all that much. It might just be a dot, like an acid mod or something. But, yeah, again, I really don't use the Constructo pistol much at all at this point in the game. It's just not all that powerful, especially on hard mode, so... Yeah, we'll stick with what's been working, I think, instead. Do you really need it, though? Well, I mean, considering the people that Marie has to talk to all day when she's working, yes, I think Marie does need her sanity. Oh, some of the horror stories she has told me about working in IT are just... Yeah, you need to preserve your sanity as best as you can because it will be gone by the end of the day if you listen to those people for long enough. Oh boy. Well, I can see a gold bolt from here already, so that's pretty good. We'll see if we can grab that in a second. By the way, now that we have all of our weapons, we need approximately 250,000 regular bolts in order to buy everything else I want to buy for the remainder of the game. And as you can see, we're practically at that amount already. So, let's see, this and this. Well, I think Buzzblades work pretty good in here, so I think it's a lot of little enemies in here.
Man.
Hello, Ratchet. I see.
Yeah, I know. Time for another death trap.
Oh boy, well that's a problem. Look at all them battery bots. Okay, so you're gonna grab a battery bot, and you're gonna want to toss them into these little portals here, these little, whatever you call them. But basically we have to get them all into them in a short period of time, or else we die, so. Let's do that. One in there. Hit the jump shot, there we go. Did I get one? Nope. Easy as that. Okay, hang on. I'll be right with you. Just get a little extra experience for the Buzzblades from these guys while we're at it. There we go. Not bad. I mean, that's a little bit, but it's every little bit helps, so. Another camo crate. Kind of. No one told you to wipe your company phone. Why did you wipe it to try to solve your problem? Yeah, that is one of many situations. Oh, good lord. Alright, so now, more Valkyries. Perfect. Let's just do this. Get some extra experience. Both. Whoops. I don't know where you think you're going, but whatever. Go wherever you want. If it makes you fall off the platform, I suppose that's your loss. Whoop. I think I stepped on her? I'm confused. There we go. I don't know, just keep firing. It'll work out eventually. I missed the obvious joke there, which was, I think I stepped on her. Doesn't it normally work the other way around? But yeah, I didn't think of it until just now, so too late. No dominatrix jokes for you. Let's see here. Actually, that's almost V3. That's not bad. Better than I usually do around here. This thing, I'm not even worried about. It'll get to V5 with no trouble whatsoever. I might have to keep running back and forth to the ammo vendor to do it, but it's fine. I might actually use it coming up here in a second once we solve this puzzle as well. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got 4. So I need to have... That one on the far left needs to be pulled in. And I need to pull the 2 on opposite ends of each other out. So this one needs to come out. This one needs to come out. And this one needs to go in, and that should make it work. I'm telling you, user error makes up more than half of your issues. People need training to learn how to do their jobs, I swear. Oh, absolutely. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. Hold on. Just talking about it, and I just remembered that it was here. So remember that we saw that gold bolt over here. If we go back into this room, it won't break open, but if you go through this door, yeah, you can go right over here and grab the gold bolt. So that's cool. Let's go grab it. I'll take that, thank you. I'm finding a lot of gold bolts on today's episode so far. Not bad. But we're not quite done on this platform, because if you go back here, we can grab another piece of the Rhino 5 Hollow Plan. Not exactly creative placement, but I suppose they didn't give us a trail of bolts to remind us that it's there this time, so there's that. Well, we got 60% of the Hollow Plan done. We might get one more piece, and that'll be about it for this game. Not to worry, if you've been wondering since I started covering Ratchet & Clank, you're probably at this point like, hey, MCR, you've never used the Rhino. What gives? When are you going to use the Rhino? Don't worry. When we get to Into the Nexus, I will be using the Rhino. It's actually very easy to get in that one, and it's really strong for, not necessarily damage, but it's really strong for other stuff, so. Alright, let's see. Let's get that going, and that going. Oh, that didn't even work. Let's try that again. There we go. And then, walk right in her face and blast her with it. Oop, more of them. Where are you going? A couple more kills with the Constructo shotgun, and we should be in good shape. That kill Well, she's going down. That's the point. What do we got? More melee units? Another flying unit. And there's this one. Whoops. Try that again. Oh, she was on the ground, so it didn't work. That's fine. Almost there. Just lightly jump over those. But yeah, as you can see, the Magnet does its damage based on a dot. So if it's against bosses, it doesn't really do a whole lot because of the fact that it does its damage through a dot. So, because the bosses basically break out of the dot almost immediately. I'll demonstrate it when we fight the boss of this area, so... Oh my god. I've dismembered these Valkyries, holy shit! I'm a crazy murderer. Let's see here. We're about 1 off from getting the Constructo shotgun to V5, which is a little disappointing, but we should be able to get it to V5 within a few seconds in the boss fight coming up. Spoiler alert, there's a boss fight coming up, so we'll figure that out in a minute. But this is V3, so that's not too bad. Try to use the Buzzblades and the Magnet for a little while in this one. This level looks bad for secrets, to be fair. It's kind of linear. That's true. Yeah, it is. It's pretty linear. So it doesn't really have a whole lot going for it when it comes to secrets. Even then, some people are trained, when trained, can't do their job. I mean, that's true. Sometimes it takes more than training, unfortunately. Oop, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Buy another one. There we go. They're pretty cheap. We already have more bolts than I'll need for the rest of the game, so...
I'm actually happy you survived the training course. It would have been a shame to lose such a worthy opponent to some cheap machine.
Well, I'm still here, so...
Machines, how much is your boyfriend paying you to do his dirty work?
Ouch.
Observation coming from some orphan doomed to spend his entire life alone. You know that robot of yours was ready to kick up his little metal feet and stay in the Great Clock forever. Yeah.
Well, that is his responsibility now, so...
Don't worry. I'll kill the both of you before he gets the chance.
Sure you will.
Clank! What have you done to him?
Oh, nothing compared to what I'm about to do to you.
I'd like to see you try. Okay, so now we gotta fight Cassiopeia. And as you can see by that, we only get 1 tick of the dot from the Magnet launcher before it no longer works on her. So, yeah, that's why it doesn't really work all that well, unfortunately. The Buzzblades do work pretty well in this fight, though. As you can see, she's getting quite a bit of damage from them. Obviously, don't step in the acid. That should be a fairly easy to do thing. And just blast her as you go. Apparently she does pretty good damage, but oh well, it's fine. Alright, anyway, yeah, I'll use the Magnet on these ladies. They're up in the air just like all the rest of their friends, so they probably won't give a whole lot of experience, if any, to the Magnet launcher, but it does quickly disable them, which is the point, because I want to get back to actually fighting Cassiopeia instead of fighting her reinforcements, so... Gonna have to catch me first! Okay, so definitely this platform is a no-go. That's a lot of acid. And I mean, I could be using other weapons besides the ones that I'm using here, but, well, we're ripping her apart piece by piece at the moment, so I don't think it's really strictly necessary for now. Okay, there we go.
You're a failure, just like the rest of your kind.
What do you know about the rest of my kind? And actually, you might know a lot, because so far every single one of the Valkyries that I've come across has also been a failure, so, you know, I guess it takes one to know one. Whenever you're ready, Cassiopeia, there you go. But yeah, I gotta wait for her shield to come down before I start shooting again. Unfortunately, I'm out of Buzzblades, so I guess we'll just have to make do with something else for now. Ooh, actually, I got an idea. Hold on. Let me do this. Let's adjust our Constructo shotgun, shall we? To make it so that it actually hits at a bit of a range here. So we got Lance, we got Choke, and we'll keep Galvanic because it's still really powerful, and we'll just use it like a sniper rifle, essentially. Although the spread is a little bit not high, so We gotta be a little careful with our shots there. Okay.
Did you think you stood a chance against me?
Oh my god. Well, at least it upgraded to the Mega Constructo shotgun now, even though I was almost getting hit there, but yeah, it gets a little extra damage. Not really worried about that right now. What I'm worried about is dodging these bullets, so ow. But since that's V5 and we're out of Buzzblades and this doesn't really do a whole lot, let's try the Rift Inducer. I don't think he can actually reach her, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, since that's the case, I guess it's time for the Adjudicator, because I'm not getting a whole lot of ammo here. The ammo might not actually come out on this difficulty, to be honest. It might just be something that you get on normal mode, so I don't know what she's doing over there. Apparently her chair is acting up. I mean, it gives me an opportunity to do a whole bunch of damage, so I'm not really all that concerned about it. Magnet? The nice thing about the magnet on bosses is that even though it hardly does any damage, it can interrupt what an enemy is doing. Now, there is a bit of a set limit to that, but we'll talk about that later. It's not really a big deal for right now. No, here we go again. What can I use at this point? Spiral Carnage, maybe? I don't know if that's going to be good enough for this particular situation, because I don't know if they can even reach her up there. I guess I could get her to stop doing this if I magnet her again. There we go. There we go. Now she's down here and she can get blasted by my other stuff, so... Oh, there's some ammo. I'll take it. Oh, more Buzzblades. Good. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. And there you go. Goodbye, Cassiopeia. Thank you for busting my friend out, kind of. I should probably grab him, though. Oh, boy. Hang on, Clank! I'm coming!
Clank! Wake up!
I got new boots for this! Hey, buddy. Oh, God. Nice little callback to Ratchet & Clank 1 there. I like it. Nice dynamic scene, too.
How you doing?
I like it. Yeah, show off.
Fantastic.
Cassiopeia the snake? Yeah, apparently.
For a while, though, okay? I'm sorry about your father, Clank. I should have stopped Nefarious sooner.
It is all right, Ratchet. Nefarious will pay for what he has done.
Sorry, just grabbing a screenshot for the thumbnail there.
Clock safe.
Don't worry. Once the
Love how you see the slingshot things just drop down, yeah, just in the cutscene.
The clock will be in good hands.
You do not understand. Time cannot be changed. Using the clock improperly could rip the very fabric of existence.
Or it could save an entire race of Lombaxes who risked their lives to defend this galaxy.
Ratchet, remember the Dimensionator. Some risks are not worth taking.
Well, maybe Clank's right. If there's even a chance it could destroy the universe, the risk is just too great.
Risk?
Now, normally I'd agree here, but, well, we'll talk about it in a second.
Our kind is lost without us. Think of how many the clock can save. Think of your parents.
You're talking like they're gone forever. They're just in a different dimension. We just have to look a little harder.
Before he makes the same mistake we almost did.
Yeah, if Nefarious makes that mistake, could be a bit of a problem.
General?
Apparently General Azimuth is a little upset by this. And, I mean, understandably so, because, well, consider the fact of what we've done the entire game so far. Oh, by the way, Ratchet has access to Clank's time bombs now, so we can just toss them out like that. And they work exactly the same way as they did. They're the final gadget of the game, so, yeah. But I can kind of understand General Azimuth's why he's upset here, because Ratchet has traveled through time and successfully used time to change things twice now. He repaired his ship using time travel powers.
I see you have made some modifications to our ship.
Yeah. Just a little bit. He's used time travel to repair his ship, and he's also used time travel to go back in time and attempt to save Clank's father, which would have had massive repercussions for the time-space continuum if it had actually worked. So General Azimuth is upset because he's like, oh, when you do it, it's no big deal. You can just change the space-time continuum whenever. But when I suggest that we use it to save the Lombaxes, which could have had just the same kind of repercussions as you saving Clank's father, we can't do it? What? Like, you're being a bit hypocritical, and that's why he's not helping us. But we're being hypocritical not because of the fact that we're actually being hypocrites, but more because of the fact that the game just isn't thinking about that for some incredibly strange reason. It's gray morality, but it's gray morality that's done, in my opinion, done poorly, because it's only gray, morally gray, because the writers are... There's a disconnect there, right? Like, there's a disconnect between the writers saying, oh, Ratchet can travel back through time. Yeah, that's no problem. Let's just invent a wormhole that lets him travel back through time. But then Azimuth wants to travel back through time, and the writers are like, nope, you can't do that. Okay. Why exactly? What? You get what I'm saying? Okay, good. Yeah, it seems like there's a disconnect that was there of the writer's own design, and that's why it doesn't really... That's one of the major gripes that I have with the game, is that sometimes the rules of the time travel, I don't feel like they did a good job of figuring out what they were before the game began, but I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we got here. So that's V3, that's V1. That's still V4, which is a little unfortunate, but we'll get it to V5, no big deal. This is V1. Okay, so we have a couple of choices at this point. Obviously, we're going to want to go and explore the planets around the area before we go to Nefarious' space station, because that's where we need to go to make sure he doesn't use the Great Clock for some evil misdeed. But, well, there's a few side planets to do. And then also, the Raritanium Cup has now opened up over at the Agorian Battleplex. So we might go do that, too. Not 100% sure yet, but maybe. Yeah, it feels like gameplay versus story writing. Yes, exactly. And it's a double-edged sword, right? Because, like, the time travel parts of the game so far have been some of the best parts, because it makes the levels feel a lot more interactive, and it makes the levels feel a lot more alive, because you're actively participating in changing the way that the level works for the better. So... Oh boy.
There's no time to explain. We need to stop Nefarious from reaching the clock. We're on our way to the station now, but you have to find a way to stall him.
Way ahead of you, Ratchet. In fact, I'm further undercover than I've ever been before. Ever. In fact, when we get home, let's never talk about this again.
We will meet you outside the station. Ratchet and Clank out.
Oh boy. Yeah, Pirate Radio actually does play its own jams, so that's pretty nice. It's not just Pete and Slag shooting the shit, so... Yeah, I don't know, the time travel parts are some of the best parts of the levels for me, some of the best parts of the game, frankly, but it feels like they didn't establish ground rules with the time travel, so then they just kind of let it do whatever it wanted to do, and in some cases that, to me, doesn't work, but...
This is Kip Darling. And I'm Pepper Fairbanks.
Okay, so the Zoni's up there. And we'll see if we can get there.
The topic on everyone's mind is the season finale of Lance and Janice, the longtime soap opera known for its edgy writing and steamy drama, enraged fans when its 10th season ended somewhat abruptly. Dr. N, you're on the air.
Greetings, Pepper. Long-time listener. First-time caller.
Hello,
oh my
Doctor.
God.
And what was your problem with the season finale?
It was a cliffhanger! How annoying is that? Why didn't they just finish the story?
You sound a bit angry. What's the rage?
Because... Twisty oppression! Besides, the torment Hardware show wasn't across the universe. The writers on that show should be annihilated!
Thanks, Doctor. Well, you heard him. One enraged fan calling for the execution of the Lance and Janice writing staff.
Well, I wouldn't want to be them. After all, we're
Well, I think we know who was calling into that radio station. But yeah, like I said, you can't get Rift Inducer ammo, unfortunately. from ammo boxes, so... But we'll still use it because it'll probably get to V2 by the time I use it the next time. And if it gets to V2, it'll automatically max out on ammo, so that's pretty good. Let's just find a good spot to use it first, and then we'll magnet on the way there. But yeah, as you can see, now that the magnet's V3, it can even one-shot those guys. You don't even need to... what's it called? You don't even need to, like, shoot them with anything else first, so... Alright, what do we got? Oh boy. Well, I hate to overwrite the pirate radio songs, but how about a little Groovatron? Oh, you can still hear the pirate radio in the background anyway, so... He just eats them anyway. It wasn't quite enough. Alright, that's fine. I guess we'll just use these for now. So I guess they're shooting at a little bit of range, so... Ow. Man, how much health do these guys have? I mean, it's fine, whatever, I'll make do, but... It seems like I'm using quite a lot of blades. Of course, if only one of those blades that I just shot actually hits that guy, that might be why I'm using so many. Sometimes the circular nature of these planets gets a little hard for the game to handle, I think. There we go. Practically at full anyway, so that's good. That's true, at least they were able to show off their dance moves before getting eaten. Fair enough. And they're pretty good dancers, all things considered, so... I'd like to get the Groovatron to V5 if I can, so... I'm going to try to use that in combination with the magnets and see how that works out now that we're out of Rift Inducer. We'll get Rift Inducer to V2 pretty soon, but... I also like how they mention, oh god, we're about to get Groovatron just as it's going on. Oops. We're getting a little experience for it. I'll take those magnets, thank you. And let's try Groovatroning them again. I don't think they gain resistance to it, so... Helps with getting rid of them a little bit. But it's almost there. Again, it works really well in combination, mainly with the Rift Inducer, so I'll probably mostly use it for that, but since the Rift Inducer's out of ammo, I might as well run this out of ammo too, you know? Alright, let's see. Yeah, the tracking on the magnet launcher is also really nice. It tracks them for quite a long way, so... It's, one of the main reasons why it really works well against flying enemies is because of how far it tracks the enemies, so... We should be friends? Then why are you shooting at me? I mean, I guess the Buzzblades also work pretty well in situations where you're fighting enemies that are far away. So, you know, like that. There we go. And up here is another Zoni. That's why I'm not too worried about taking damage on these planets, because you get plenty of nanotech, and then the Zoni will just max you out after that, so no big deal. Alright, did we get everything on this one? I think so. Yes, it is grayed out. Oh, okay. I am looking to pick up some extra scratch, so I'll come do that in a little bit. And you can wait to do it for a little while if you want to, but we should be able to handle almost everything in there. Maybe not everything, but almost everything in the Battleplex, in the Raritanium Cup at this point. We'll see how it goes. The last a thing that you do can be a little tricky to do unless you have access to the best armor, but we'll figure it out. It's no big deal. Alright, there's a challenge planet over here, so I think Rift Inducer and Groovatron will probably be a good idea. Is it there? Yes, it is there. Okay, and then we'll see what that cadre of ships over there is all about. We probably won't be going back to Nefarious Station today, because I think we'll be mostly exploring the... Well, we might. I'm not 100% sure about that yet. I shouldn't say it until I know, but... we'll see. We'll see. That's the point, because we got to do the rest of these planets, and then in addition to that, we also got to go do the... there we go. Level 2, Rift Inducer. We also got to go do the Raritanium Cup, so... And this is getting there. I'm just going to wait until this one runs out and then throw another one. There we go. As things die with the Groovatron and from the Rift Inducer, we should be able to get some additional experience for it, so... So there we go.
Congratulations! You've just upgraded to the Groovabomb Club. Each Groovatron now comes with an explosive pyrocytic core. One push of a button and... kaboom!
So I think what that's supposed to imply is that you can use the hit the Groovatron button again and it'll like blow up the disco ball. It blows up at the end of its duration anyway, but it's really not all that substantial of an upgrade. You pretty much use it for the exact same thing that you were using it before. See, I mean, there, it did a little bit of damage, but if I'm being honest, I would have preferred that the Rift Inducer was not in the game at all, and it just summoned an interdimensional creature from the Groovatron ball as its V5 upgrade. I think it would have made the Groovabomb a lot more dynamic that way, and, I don't know, I feel like it would have just been a better upgrade than just, here's a bomb for your Groovatron that usually doesn't hit enemies all that much at all. So, but, I mean, I'll take what I can get. It's just not... It doesn't really feel like that substantial of an upgrade to me, to be honest. So... Okay. Get the hell away from me. I'll take that nanotech, thank you. Some extra Buzz Blades, that'll also come in handy. Yeah, the Buzz Blades upgrade pretty quickly in this one, and they're also, I think they're more powerful than they were in Tools of Destruction. In Tools of Destruction, it felt like you could basically fire all, I think you get like 200 of them at maximum at enemies, and it just wouldn't really damage them all that much. Well, this looks like a very large cluster to use this on. So, let's just see if I can get them killed in the process here. Ow. Okay, this could be bad. Especially if I keep floating onto their heads. Like, that doesn't really help. Yeah, okay. I backpedaled into a mountain of enemies, as you can see. Yeah, it just summons the monster from the DDR dimension. Yes, I think that would have been a little bit cooler. But, I don't know, it just doesn't... I don't know. It just doesn't feel as impactful as it could if it was just, you know... that. Yeah, I should have just used a shotgun. Yes, I probably should have, even though I'm already at V5 on it. It probably would have worked a little better. Especially on this planet, it probably would have worked a little better to just have a shotgun here where I'd still needed some experience. Well, if I get overwhelmed, I'll do it again, but... no big deal. We're still getting a good amount of experience anyway for the Buzz Blades this way, so... And they seem to be working pretty okay on this planet too, so I'll just take it a little at a time. Get that V4 pretty soon. Just take them on a little bit at a time, and then we'll be good. That's quite a few of them that now all know where I am, but we should be okay. Keyword is should. I'm gonna eat my words real quick, of course, but... You'll have to excuse me, I might be a little nasally right now. I may need to blow my nose fairly shortly because I don't have a whole lot of anything left over from the sickness that I had last week, but occasionally I still get a little teeny bit of mucus that just kind of lingers on the top of my nostrils. It's gross and I need to get it out, so... As a matter of fact, I might do that right now that we got a V4 Buzzblades. Hold a moment. Now I can actually mute it because I'm only doing this once. There we go. Sorry about that. Really, the sickness wasn't all that bad. It was basically just like a day or two and I was over it. The main gripe that I have with it right now, of course, is the fact that it just kind of lingers as this really minor inconvenience for, like, days afterwards, so... A little unfortunate, but what can you do, right? Okay, that doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot towards you. Let's just do one of these and see how it works. I'm gonna end up backpedaling into a mountain here pretty soon. I would just like to get Fred experience. That's the gist of why I'm just jumping around like this, but... And I could use the Groover Bomb to make it a little easier for Fred and for myself, but... Yeah, what's life without a little challenge, right? Is this Buzzblades ammo? It might be. I'm gonna find out right now because I'm gonna blast these guys and then come back for it. Yeah, it's at about this point in the game where enemies will start hitting pretty hard, even with you having the best armor you can have at this point. Especially on hard mode, they'll get pretty tough. So, it's something we can't handle. It's just, you know, a little harder than usual. But there we go. We got another Constructo mod. Perfect. Who's this one for? Another upgrade for the shotgun. Okay, cool. So this one's Perforator, which allows you to blast enemies behind the enemy that you're shooting at as well. Probably not bad for a shotgun, but I just like Galvanic a lot better because of the stun that it gives. It's just way more tactical, so... Excuse me. Not quite the last one, unfortunately, no. There's, I think that was the number 18. There's a total of 21. And I think there's two... No, there's one that you can get at the arena from here on. So there's two more out there somewhere. I know where one of them is. One of them is in post-game. But, well, not really post-game, but like there's another sector that we'll go to later that I will not be doing until the post-game. Yeah, I know. Post-game and my Ratchet & Clank? What? That could never happen. But, yeah. Okay, so 4 more planets and then a couple of ships for us to figure out what's going on with. And then we'll be done in this sector and we can go back and do the Raritanium Cup. What are you guys up to? You named your brain ship Geek? Like, that just seems like way too on the nose. I'm on my way. Well, don't worry about that. I can figure that out. Alright, so now we gotta defend these guys against, whatever these are. They look like Valkyrie ships to me, but... Well, I don't know if these guys have an HP bar or what, but... I mean, the Proton Cutters do it pretty good, or Proton Blasters, whatever they're called. They do pretty good damage against these guys, so... I'm glad you guys are finding some analog to who I am, even though I'm an actual, real, actual good fighter pilot. Thanks, Aphelion. You're helping me out quite a bit. I'm establishing my Terrachnoid street cred, apparently. I love those rockets. They're just... They feel like Ace Combat weapons, you know? It's great. Oh my god. You have a convention to go? That's where they were going. They were going to some sort of convention. Fair enough. Alright, it's fine. Just transfer the bolts into my account and we'll be good to go. Whenever you're ready, game. Transfer them bolts. There we go. Thank you, sir. You will not be disappointed. Alright, let's go back to the depot so we can get some more Rift Inducer ammo. And then we'll go find another planet. We might even go over to that other ship over there. I'm not sure which one, what that one has to do with it, but we'll figure it out. I hope you don't mind the 80s music in the background. We haven't turned on pirate radio for the entirety of the stream yet, so I figured I'd turn on pirate radio and let it play out a few of the songs, so... It's not bad. Out of the whole game's OST, probably the radio station OSTs are probably some of my favorite sections, to be honest, so... Oh. Where'd those things come from? Look at all them. Look at all that debris that I'm going to have to jump around in. Just remember, you need to pre-order Brilliant Diamond. Oh yeah, you should probably go do that. That's pretty important for you. So.
What do you know?
Oh, hello.
Looking for an adventurer with a malleable sense of morality. How'd you like to help an old friend dispose of some surveillance equipment?
Sure, that sounds like fun.
That's what I like to hear. Now, old Nefarious has a whole mess of security satellites in this sector. You take care of them for me, and I will make you one rich Lombax.
Sounds good. Actually, I don't even need the bolts, but I'll... No, of course not. But yeah, we don't really need the bolts, but hey, we get to destroy Nefarious' spy satellites with our fancy proton cutters, so that's pretty good. You just want the Manaphy egg. It's proof that the Ranger games existed. Yes. It's unfortunate that the Ranger games didn't really get a whole lot of love after they came out, but... I've always wanted to play them. I've never gotten the chance, though. Oh well. Maybe one of these days I'll go back. Okay, so these guys have a new function. They have the shield up, and when they drop the shield, they will shoot out like a mine at you, basically, so... unfortunately, rapid fire doesn't actually help with the proton cutters, as far as I'm aware. Unless it increases the damage, because, I mean, you're constantly firing with the proton cutters, so... I'm just going to call them proton cutters, even though I'm pretty sure that's not their actual name. But, yeah, they, unless the rapid fire, like, increases your rate of fire without actually saying it's increasing your rate of fire, which would increase your damage in that case. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. We're almost done with this spy satellite, though, because as soon as we get rid of enough spy ships to get him to drop his shield, summon reinforcements, well... Let's watch this. Yeah. Ain't a whole lot going on once you get his shield disengaged, so... Yeah, I love those weapons. Again, it just feels like an ace combat weapon to me. It feels so impactful. I'm just gonna get rid of these extras. We don't have to, but... Might as well take care of the whole kit and caboodle while we're dealing with Nefarious, the rest of Nefarious' satellites, you know. And it's a Manaphy that you hatch, meaning you can nickname and raise it. It's very rare to have those, and it's something you do not have. Well, then I guess you'll have it now. That'll help a little bit. Alright, so there's another one over here by the depot. I might go to the planet that's over here while I'm here, because then I can just go and take care of the third one, go to that planet, and then talk to the smuggler when I'm done, so... I'm just gonna get rid of this while I... Oh. Whoops. Ow. It must have switched off of my proton cutters because I was on the screen there. Alright, well, whatever. No big deal. We'll get back to nanotech. I'm not concerned. See? Get back a good chunk. Yeah, I wasn't really worried about getting rid of the ice chunks there because the proton cutters just blast right through them with no trouble whatsoever. So... This is probably one of the longest ship missions in the game, if I recall correctly, because there's a lot of ships to destroy in order to drop these guys' shields. So, I'm not even worried about that guy anymore. He can He can deal with those missiles, that's fine. Okay, there we go. Let's see what we got back here. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's not a whole lot to these ship missions, but they're just really comfy. I don't know. Like I said, I personally enjoy them, even if there isn't a whole lot to them. They just... It's just a nice little change of pace. It's pretty easy and laid back, so... Let's get rid of these last couple. There you go. Oh, that did some damage. Now that's a lot of damage! How about a little more? But yeah, there's a good idea of how much effective range the proton cutters have. I mean, we were hitting those guys from practically across the ice field. They're nuts, man. Somebody's really rocking out on this pirate radio here, I'll tell you what. Alright, let's go to this planet before we destroy the last satellite. Vernilius Delta with a whole bunch more platforms for us to deal with. Okay. Kind of getting annoyed with the speculation. They seem like they're going to be Diamond and Pearl remakes with some elements of Platinum, if you're right. People are raving that they want a Platinum remake. Bro, Diamond and Pearl mean nothing to you guys? Oh, boy. I don't know. People on the internet will rave about anything, though, so I'd just take it with a grain of salt. You know how it is. We've both been on the internet long enough to know how that all goes. So. Alright, what do we got here? Buzzsaw guy. Alright, fair enough. See how this works. You can also do that with the magnet launcher, by the way, if you want to be fancy. You can just hit them with a magnet if there's just one of them, and then throw your wrench at them until they die, because then the magnet will still get quite a bit of experience from that, so... What do we got here? Oh, disappearing platforms. What is this, Mega Man 2? But yeah, they'll pop away as they blink like that, so... Still sucks that people only care about Platinum when Sinnoh existed before Platinum came out. Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things where the more popular version is the one that everybody wants, instead of, you know, them being happy for just getting something out of it, you know. Should be just about enough to take care of him. Yep, there we go. Take that too, thank you. And that'll take that. Okay, so V3 there. I guess we'll use the Rift Inducer. Why not? Probably won't need it for a whole lot. Actually, yeah, I won't use it for this because we don't need it for just the one guy. But when there's, I guess when there's 3 guys, that would be about where I would say, yeah, I should probably use the Rift Inducer. Whenever you're ready, Buzzblades. Apparently they react to the Buzzblades too. They probably react to most weapons that you use, but I just haven't noticed it yet. Yeah, disappearing or reappearing platforms, they gasp. Actual platforming challenges. Not too challenging though, because it'll actually show you where the next platform's gonna be when it blinks like that, so it's not too bad. Nice and comfy, just like most of the space exploration in this game. I don't know why the sound effect is sticking around, but... Fred, if you please. Thank you. Sometimes the sound effect seems to stick around. It's one of the few glitches that this game actually has where the sound effects will stick around after the fact. Apologies if it's a little bit annoying, but hey, look at that. Look at Nefarious' space station off in an inverted angle in the background there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, not too many glitches in this one, unlike in Tools of Destruction. It's mostly just minor audio and visual glitches that don't really affect a whole lot of anything, so... yeah. Oh yeah, and we have Clank back now, by the way, which helps out a little bit with our descent in a lot of this stuff. I think you actually get a little bit more hang time with Clank on your back. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it seems like you do anyway. So, I mean, you've got both the helipack and the hover boots now, so I would imagine it would give you a little bit more. So. Ain't those disappearing and reappearing platforms from Mario Galaxy? Yes, also that too. Yep. So, not this time, Zoni. Not getting away from me yet. Are we talking about glitches? Did you know Mega Man Battle Network 4 Blue Moon has an officially recognized glitch? It's hilarious. Officially recognized? Oh boy. What does that mean? You guys keep saying we should be friends, but you keep trying to murder me. What kind of weird friends do you want? Okay. Anyway. If I do this... Oh god, sweet silence. No, it doesn't go away, unfortunately. Alright. Well, I don't know, maybe I'll figure something else out. Oh, there's just a platform right down here. Alright. Maybe it'll go away when I travel to a different sector. I would hope so. I mean, that's pretty far away from the the source of the zapping. Never would have known. It was officially recognized that in Blue Moon version, during the Woodman scenario and on the DS, the game suffers from horrible slowdown during the part where you're trying to avoid wood spikes and impalement. I've seen footage. It's horrendous, so that does sound pretty horrendous. Oh, good. Okay, it goes away when I leave the planet. Yeah. Alright, so we got one left. Let's go take out this one ship so we can take care of the rest of the smuggler stuff, and then we got 3 more planets left to explore, and then off we'll go to the Battleplex to see what we can do. I probably will do the first 4 challenges, and then we'll save the last challenge for the finale, which will be next episode on Saturday. So, at least I think that's what I'm going to do. Not 100% sure about that just yet, but we'll see. Okay, last little bit, and it's probably going to be a little bit tougher in here because we've got a little bit less room to maneuver with all this ice around here, so... Ooh, double bolts, nice. I guess the Swarmer rockets aren't exactly the most accurate things, but, I mean, they're pretty accurate. At least I find that they are, especially when you're at short range, like they say on their little tooltip, so... Let's see here. But we got a short-range weapon, we got a long-range weapon in the form of our fancy proton cutters. Again, I don't even know if they're called proton cutters, but I'm going to call them proton cutters just because why the hell not? Rapid fire, that's probably nice. I'm going to just do this to the shield guy. There we go. And any more stragglers? Just a few. That. Got a big guy somewhere. He's dropping mines. Probably over there.
Shields disengaged. Sorry, reinforcements.
Switch!
You're real good, partner. Here you go. Spend it on something that goes boom. Know what I mean?
I don't know about something that goes boom, but I will spend it on something that prevents me from going boom, so... That will probably be good. There's another challenge planet right there, Vernilius Tau. We'll go there in a second once I get rid of these stragglers. Just liberally apply my, what's it called to them? The proton cutters to them. So there's 2 big guys in here, too. You gotta be a little careful when that's the case. Because they will summon quite a lot of mines, and the mines can do a pretty decent chunk of damage to you if you're not careful. And now there's a whole bunch of them, but I'll get rid of most of them. There we go. Looks like the spy satellites are back, though. They respawn even though you did the mission for them, but whatever. No big deal. And now, by the way, if you have a bunch of the Rhino 5 holoplans, if you have all of them, you can actually take them over to him, and he'll, start putting it together for you, but I don't have all of them just yet, so... However, this requires a cartridge of Mega Man Battle Network 4 Blue Moon, a DS or a DS Lite with the working GBA slot, and a save that's on Woodman. Conditional is an understatement. Oh yeah, that's quite a lot of requirements to get that to happen. You only played on your old GBA SP. You didn't know this glitch existed until late last year. Battle Network 4 came out when you were in elementary school. Oh, yeah. It's always fun to come back to an old game and discover something new, although that in that case it might not be the kind of thing you'd want to discover later on, you know? Okay, I don't think this is going to work too well. Let's Rift Induce instead. Come along now. There you go. Yeah, that's the only unfortunate part about this part of the game where you sort of... we really don't have a whole lot of weapons that are effective that aren't already V5 at the moment. Or at least we don't have ones that are, like, super high on ammo in that case, you know? So, I mean, I guess I could just run around using my Constructo shotgun, because it works pretty damn good, but... Buzzblades use a lot of ammo, and on these big flying guys, sometimes they don't even work, so... If you jump, it usually works a little better, but... Yeah, they seem to go underneath the flying guys for some reason. So... They work pretty decently against the melee guys, though. Maybe because the melee guys are still on the ground. Ooh, there goes my last Buzzblade. Let's grab a little extra ammo. There we go. And now I have 78 more to use. Always seems like these Buzzblades level up pretty quickly for me in this game as well. Probably because they're a little bit more powerful than they were before, so... They get experience a little quicker because you can just fire willy-nilly, and there you go. Let's see. I'll use my last Rift Inducer. It's not going to get maxed out, but let me see how many of these guys I can grab. Ooh, 3. That's nice. There we go. Let's try to keep them all right here. There. Good work, Fred. I think, if I remember right, that's all the enemies on the bottom platform area here. So now we need to actually go up in order to kill the rest of them. Let me just grab a little bit of this first before I go. Okay. Didn't really need a whole lot. Wow. That's where you point those things, man. You're gonna hurt somebody. Alright, there we go. I guess I'll just do this. That works pretty good. Haha! Okay, so probably there's a couple more down there that I just haven't seen yet. I hear them. Gotta be around here somewhere. Let's check this out. That's an ammo box. Oh, there's just a couple over there. Okay, so they're on the opposite side of the planet. Let's go see if we can give them a warm welcome then, shall we?
Ow, that hurts.
Doing things old school, using the wrench again. And here's another Constructo mod. I think that's the last one we'll be able to find before the post-game, so... And it's for the Constructo bomb. It is the Toxic mod. So this one actually adds essentially the acid mod to your bomb. So if your bombs don't kill something, it'll deal damage over time instead. I'm not going to use it for now. I'm still going to stick with the shrapnel for now on it, but I will probably... As a matter of fact, actually I am going to stick it on now because it's useful against bosses where you can use the Constructo bomb against them, and at this point we're only using the Constructo bomb against bosses, so... It's good to get damage over time where you can, because, again, with the nerf to the magnet launcher, you can't get damage over time as easily as you used to be able to. So, sorry, still a little mucus stuck in there. I'm trying not to swallow it back down because that would not be good for me at all. So, all right, let's see here. That's it for that one. A couple more to go. And then once we do those, we'll go do a couple of challenges in the arena, and then we'll come back. So basically, on the next episode, which will be... I'm not ending yet, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. We'll be going to Nefarious Station, and after Nefarious Station, there's a little opportunity for you to go out of the station to go take care of any last-minute business, and then... you return to the station, you can do the final boss fight, and then you're done. And then there's the post-game. So, that's the plan. Just think it's hilarious that Nintendo actually recognized it as an official glitch. Like, who does that? Yeah, imagine not being able to see the entire planet like that. Oh, that would suck. But yeah, it's nice that Nintendo actually was like, hey, this is an actual... Like, we actually know this is a thing. That was an awful noise. What the hell was that? Good lord. Maybe I shouldn't use the magnet launcher on this planet. Oh boy. Maybe I should use the Rift Inducer a little more. As a matter of fact, hang on, I got an idea. Let's go back and get more Rift Inducer ammo so I can use it on this planet instead of getting whatever that was. Man. Let's see here. This way. Okay. Yeah, we're almost done, actually, with the game. I mean, no surprise, Nefarious' space station is right over there, you know, so that... I guess it shouldn't come as too much of a shock that we're practically done. So... Alright, there we go. Now we're capped on Rift Inducer again, which is good. It's almost V3, and probably after using it a couple times it'll get to V3, so we've practically got like 6 ammo in it right now, which is not bad. The Buzzblades are V4 and almost a half. If I can get this to V4, that would be nice too. But, well, after that horrible audio glitch, maybe I'll just stick to the Buzzblades. Let's see. I think... Oh, they're both ice planets. I think this was Gamma over here. I guess I could pass this by and see. Also got a spy satellite right there, so we gotta be a little careful. This was Alpha. Okay, we'll come back to Bernilius Alpha. Let's do this one first. But it looks like there's 2 more Zoni to be gotten here. So... I suppose that could be your clue as to the fact that there's going to be another sector in the post-game that we can go to, because even if we get all the Zoni that are available to us right now, and by that I mean the 2 that are left in this sector, and also the one that is available in the Battleplex, we've still only got 37 out of the 40 Zoni, so I guess that could give you a little bit of a hint to say, hey, yeah, there's more to it than just the ones that you have, so... But yeah, being able to look at the entire planet like that with your map is really, really nice. It definitely helps out quite a bit, so... Oh, and one of the best things about Fred as he levels up is that it'll actually increase the effective range of his tentacles when he's going to grab the enemies, so... eventually he'll be able to cover essentially this entire platform and a little more, so it's not too bad. This looks like a hover boot course. And it might just be, considering we've got that going on. Well. Is this a rock version of, oh god, what's the name of that song? I definitely heard the beginning of it and I was like, wait a minute, my brain is activating, but I don't remember what it is. I think it's some old, classical tune, except in this case, of course, it's not classical right now. It's being rocked out to. Did I just actually jump off that guy's head? What the hell? Fred, why are you all the way up there? How about this? There you go. Try that out. That might work a little better. And it did, because now he's V3. Little extra damage. Rate of fire, I don't even know why I need that, but okay, fair enough. And of course it maxed out our ammo for it as well, so that's not too bad. Yeah, not too bad with these things. They're usually... Even if you get hit by them, I don't think they knock you, like, way out of the way, so it's not like an instant kill or anything. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. That's right in the middle of the platform, which is where I actually wanted it the last time. Come along now. Thank you, Fred. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Speaking of scholar, was actually talking to Cole about something. This is Final Fantasy XIV related, so apologies if people are unaware of what this is all about. I was talking to Cole about something, and I was thinking about, because there's a new class coming out in Final Fantasy XIV soon, Sage, and it's a shield healer, just like Scholar. I was watching videos for, like, well, that was weird. I was watching videos for, like, people's in-depth explanations for how Sage works, and I took a bit of umbrage with some of them, because in most of the cases, either their videos were more humorous, so you couldn't really get, like, actual correct information out of them, or they were talking completely over people's heads, talking about, like, high-end raid utility for Sage, or generally just explaining abilities out of order, so it was completely nonsensical to people who may have never actually used a healer in Final Fantasy XIV before. So I was talking to Cole, I says, I might make a video for this, like an actual edited video where I just go really, like, basic. This is what this does, this is what this does, and we just go in level-based order. So, because I feel like it'd be a lot more useful to somebody who's never healed before if you just say, okay, so you could get a roulette as low as level 16, so let's look at the skills that you would have starting from level 16, and we'll explain all of them very, very slowly, what they do, and here's a situation where you could use them. Because I feel like it would actually help people, unlike the other ones where it's like, I've never healed before. Oh, this is a guide for Sage, let me take a look at it. And the guy's explaining, like, metaphysical reality theory about how to use this thing in level 90 and the most powerful raids in the game, and I'm just like, dude, you're never gonna get anybody to listen to you if you do this. I'll tell you who is listening, though. Aphelion's listening, because she just got the Zulian Overthruster, the final upgrade in the game. So now our afterburners are even stronger, and we can go even faster to outrun ships and stuff. Oh, there's something else left on this planet. Okay. Well, let's take a look. It's gotta be around here somewhere. So, if I were Gold Bolt, where would I be? So you jump there. Oh, that's where it is. Okay, so it's not too far from the start. Got it. Looked like it bounced off the lamppost and someone Fred that high up. Oh, okay. See, I didn't see where it bounced. That might have been what it is then. Speak of Scholar, need to log on and water your plants. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Make sure you water them before they get all dried up. I think that's a mechanic. Sounds like YouTube in a nutshell. There's a massive disconnect whenever you see guides or deep dives. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that, like, okay, you'll appeal to some audience if you're talking over people's heads like that. Like, you'll appeal to the people who think like you do, who can really think about the game in a super deep dive way. But, like, if you're trying to appeal to beginners who have no idea what they're doing and they've never healed before, you're literally going to scare them away from healing by talking that complex about it. Like, come on now. You shouldn't be trying to scare anyone away from that stuff, you know? People are already going to be scared away from it enough by looking at the kit and finding out that all of the abilities are named after medical terms, and they have no fucking idea what any of them do. Like, that's going to be enough to scare them off to begin with. I don't need you raining on their parade, too. So, I'd like to think it would help new players or players returning after a long time conquer. I'd like to think so, and that's why I'm thinking about making it, because, like, to be honest, I don't even like 14 anymore, but I feel like if I could use what knowledge I have acquired from 14 to help people who actually want to try playing it properly, I feel like at least then it doesn't feel like the knowledge is a waste, you know what I mean? It's not like it's just kind of sitting in my brain that way. This is what I mean, by the way, when I said I think we get more hang time, because I just floated practically horizontally back to my ship. So, I always teach with small words and don't teach rotation. Teach how to get comfortable with your role. It doesn't matter if you know the rotation if you're uncomfortable playing. Yes, and that's exactly why I would try not to be like, you should do this as a part of a rotation, because that's how the game works. It's like, no, I'll give you a situation. Like my thought process was, okay, so I'll give you a situation and I'll say, here, this is where it might be a good idea to use this ability. Or here, when you want to use an ability that hits everybody, you want to stand in between the tank and your ranged players. So you'll want to stand here and use like a visual to show them, here's where you'll want to stand, or something to that effect. But not the point of the whole thing is to talk to people like they're in kindergarten, not because I'm looking down on their intelligence, but because that way no one gets confused. Because, like, I mean, I'm getting confused listening to this guy talking about the raid utility of this class. It's like, come on, man. Seriously? I wonder if we have to get up on those platforms. Actually, yes, we do, because this is going to take me there in just a second. So, looks like this one's mainly a platforming thing. Oh, boy. Alright, where are we dropping? There's a few challenges with platforming like this in the game, so we'll see what we can do. Looks like there's also a gold bolt on this planet, too, so I might actually see if I can get around to that... yeah, there it is. See if I can get around to that little dot that's on the map there. See the gray dot on the map? That tells you that there's another collectible here. And in this case, another gold bolt. Need to find that shield healer meme to put it in the server, potentially again. Oh boy. Shield healer meme. Sounds like fun. Alright, so there's 24 gold bolts. We'll probably get a couple more in the game, but not too many. Mostly just the ones on the small planets from here on out. And we now have enough to get the Dan Johnson skin, which is the only thing I actually wanted. There's a particular thing I'm going to do in the post-game with that skin, so we'll talk about that when we get that far. But for now, not too worried about it. I was kind of trying to make it so that I didn't talk about post-game in this game until, well, we actually got there, like practically at the end of the game. Then I could talk about it, but I kind of got caught up in my own information a little earlier today, so at this point I'm kind of like, okay, whatever, it's post-game. So, I see more flying enemies though, so that looks like more fondue for the Magnet launcher. Perfect. It's actually fodder, but sometimes I like to replace the word fodder with fondue, because fondue is just more fun to say. I don't know, I'm weird. Whatever. I embrace it. It's fine. Gotta be true to yourself. This is probably used to get the gold bolt, unless you're going back to that section over there. What is this used for? Oh, I see. This is rusty, so we're going to need some oil, so we're going to have to make a little pit stop to get some oil first before we can get over there. I don't know how I keep snapshotting onto these platforms so well. Usually I have a lot of trouble, but oh well. Incidentally, by the way, speaking of, since I might be making a video about how to, you know, play Sage if you've never healed before, if you ever feel like I'm talking over your head when it comes to, like, mechanics in a game, like when I'm doing that thing where I go all pedantic for a game that I've played already and I talk about how the mechanics work, if it ever feels like I'm talking over your head, please just let me know. I will explain it a different way if you want me to explain it a little bit differently. That is not something I'm afraid of doing. I will definitely do it, so... Please, just ask. That's the only thing. Just ask and I will accommodate. I am not opposed to it. It's not like some of those teachers that you might have had in school that are like, I'll only explain this once, and it'll be on the final exam. Like, shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me? Come on now. Like, people learn in different ways. How the fuck do you expect somebody to just get it? Come on. And that's why you're a good teacher. You explain instead of leaving people high and dry. I try. I try to make sure that we're all on the same page, because I don't like being confused. I understand what it feels like to be confused when people talk about stuff, so I'd rather we all be on the same page before I move on, you know? I don't care if it takes longer. I got all the time in the world over here. We got 2.5 hours to 3 hours each day to get that stuff, so I don't care if I got to explain it 2, 3, 10 times. What do I care? It adds to the commentary. It lets me talk about something outside of what's just going on in the game, you know? So, whatever. Don't bug me. No skin off my nose. That's not who I was going to shoot that at, but it'll work. This Magnet launcher's getting pretty powerful. Gonna have to watch. The Buzzblades are gonna have to keep up. I'll just box break these. You'll notice something, by the way. Box Breaker did not break this item here. It only breaks boxes in this one, so that's interesting. Probably able to get to those platforms because you're streaming. The reverse of the Let's Players curse. Something like that. Now watch me fuck it up royal in a few seconds here. Hi there. Thank you. Thank you for both of you for saying I'm a good teacher. I appreciate it. I've heard that a lot from people, to be honest, that I'm a good teacher because I slow down and do that stuff. People have asked me why I didn't go into an occupation to be an educator, and to be honest, I don't like the concept of working within the American school system. I feel like I'd be too limited to be an actual good teacher if I worked inside of the American school system. You have to do too many standardized things that don't necessarily jive with the way that people learn, so it's never really been appealing to me, to be honest, but it's neither here nor there. Alright, we're done with all of the small planets here in the Bernilius sector. We've got all the Zoni. Only got one place left to go, that's Nefarious Space Station. And by the way, you can warp to these places if you want to, just by going onto the world map like this, and it'll warp you directly there. But before we do that, I want to go back to the Korthus sector and see if we can take part in the Raritanium Cup. You don't have the patience to be a teacher, and people have tried to push you towards teaching your entire life past elementary school. Well, no, I mean, that's it. It's just a matter of if you have the patience for that sort of stuff. It's one of the most important things about the occupation, so. But don't worry about it if you don't. It's no big deal. There's plenty of jobs out there. I know people say that, and it's not necessarily true, but there are literally a bunch of different occupations that you could get into. You shouldn't feel limited to just do one thing with your life. Even if it's one thing that you've been doing for years, you know?
Worthy of a nice pint of ice-cold grog. Then poor old Slug a point and grab me a straw. Slug could do with a spot of devil's merriment.
I wonder if he ever got a body back. Probably not. Considering he needs a straw to drink out of. Yeah, there's the Zulian overthrusters, afterthrusters, whatever, in effect there, so. Plenty of thrust to get us across the galaxy a lot faster now. Okay. And incidentally, that might be actually why the Trachnoids are still working that galactic trivia that was there. I just caught it as I was pulling into the station. But that might be why the Trachnoids are still working for Nefarious, because the entire space station was designed by Pollux Industries. So of course they'd want to keep an eye on their tech to make sure it works properly. So maybe it's not like a, weird disconnect between organic and synthetic life. Given what Nefarious feels about organic life. It might just be, hey, it's Pollux Industries and they want to make sure that it all works right.
Cup is now available for outright crazy gladiators. So if you looked in the mirror this morning and thought, wow, I have left sanity behind, head to the arena entrance.
That sounds like me. Let's go do that. Let's max out on ammo first, though. Alright, Agorians, let's give you another show. So we got the Raritanium Cup. We have 5 total things to do here, and that's it. This is the last one. And Overkill, I'm probably going to do that one on a different stream. I might go do that after we get the final armor, because it's the Quarktastic challenge of the game. It's a bunch of rounds of combat, followed by a couple of boss fights. Back to back to back with very little nanotech and very little ammo to give. So I might go do that later when we get all of our weapons to V5. I'll see how long it takes us to do these ones here, and then I'll decide from there. But first, we have to do Fireproof, so let's go do that. And the Pyro Spinners have been reprogrammed to spend the next 2 minutes breaching the Battleplex energy barrier. Prevent 5 of them from succeeding using only your Constructo shotgun. Okay, this one can be a little tough, but I think I might be able to modify the Constructo shotgun to actually work pretty well in this particular challenge. So that's distance for spread. Choke is lower spread for increased range. But if I do double and Lance increases my range as well, if I recall correctly. So, and Perforator will actually work pretty well here because I can shoot Pyro Spinners behind the ones that I hit with this. So I think that works okay. We're going to find out right now. You can use the wrench here too, by the way, so if you need to, just use that instead of using everything else. So Yeah, that works really nice. Oh, that will be very helpful. Yeah, this will be a cakewalk now. Usually it's pretty difficult if you don't have the perforator upgrade because you, I mean, you can only usually hit about one of these pyro spinners per shot, but like this, you can basically just blast them, go back, get ammo, blast them, go back, get ammo. And you got all this spread on it too, where you only need to hit them with one piece of the spread, and it will actually kill them, so works pretty good. And then just grab some ammo in between the waves, and there you go. Easy as that. Oops. Try that one again. Don't be afraid to use the wrench to hit them either if they're starting to overwhelm you a little, so. Probably should have waited to shoot just there. Oh well. Grab a little ammo. You want to try to hit them on the sides if you can with the bullet spread, because the pellets kind of spread out quite a bit, and hitting them in the middle sometimes is a little challenging. So. Why does the mucus only decide it wants to come out of my head while I'm doing something? What the hell, biology? Yeah, that was no trouble at all. Like I said, if you don't have the right setup, that can actually be legitimately challenging to do, but apparently I had the right setup, so. You killed them as they landed, I know. They never stood a chance. Well, there's the last Zoni outside of the post-game for us, so that's pretty good. Here's another Rhino 5 holo plan, and this is in Toxic Engagement. Despite warnings by the Agorian Public Health and Water Slide Department, I love their departments, they're great. Officials have sanctioned the use of lethal gas during their tournaments. For this challenge, a deadly toxin will be released while you battle a Wargrok using nothing but your Omni Wrench. Zoni, I'm sorry, I want one. There might be like Zoni plushies somewhere on the internet. I don't think they gave them out as like an official piece of merchandise when the game came out, because that really wasn't a thing when this game came out just yet. But I don't know, somebody might have made them. So take a look on like Etsy or something. I think that's the name of the website anyway. My mom buys stuff from that all the time. Anyway, Wargrok wrench only. I think a lot of people would want a Zoni. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty cute, so I could see people wanting it. Now, the wrench throw is your friend in this case. Just toss that wrench, and, well, from there, it shouldn't be too bad. Just watch the swipes, and you'll be good to go. Oh yeah, and they'll give you nanotech throughout, so don't worry about it too much. It's like every 30 seconds, I think they'll give you some nanotech, so not that this is going to last more than like a minute or so. Yeah. The charge, incidentally, doesn't do any damage, or at least it doesn't seem to. So. Yeah, I like to hold L2 and R2. Well, not hold down R2, but I hold L2 the whole time I'm doing this, and then I press R2 and square at about the same time, and it will get the throw off for us. It's really not that bad, this one, to be honest. It's not as hard as some of the other wrench-only challenges that we've seen so far, I think. Probably because they're having you fight the easier of the two enemies. Well, I guess that's debatable. The Wargrok can be harder than the Hydra tank, depending on the situation. So, obviously, this situation is not the right one to make him harder. And there you go. Easy as that. How did you get over this frequency, Smuggler? I would have figured they would have, you know, turned that off or something while I was being Gladiator, because I could just look up the answers on Space Google or something. Anyway, the Exterminator. Death by Tetramite is the noblest death an Agorian warrior can suffer. Luckily for them, you've been handed an Omni Soaker full of nectar and a live Tetramite burrow. Oh, baby. Send your opponents to their doom without becoming insect food yourself. This'll be fun. So this one is kind of silly because you can't get any weapon experience from it. Not that the weapons are going to get a whole lot of experience either, but it does alert you to a mechanic that the game actually has. When you have Tetramites to play with, you can shoot them with enemies with nectar, and the Tetramites will murder them for you. That's great. It's fantastic. I love it. All right, we'll let them do that. Oop. Okay. There we go. And while they're doing that, let me grab these shields from you. You can also defeat these guys by grabbing their bombs, by the way, and throwing them back at them. Can I, like... Ow. Okay, I was trying to grab their shield, and I was so busy trying to grab their shield, I didn't put out enough nectar, evidently. I guess I could just shoot the shield with nectar, or shoot them with nectar. That works, too. Sounds messed up, though. I mean, it might be a little bit, yeah. Because you're murdering them with just, like, a bunch of death insects, sure, but this is like getting killed by a swarm of locusts, I would imagine. That guy still got one on him. I'm gonna put out one extra one just in case I need to. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like, it'll give me the prompt, and then it won't pull the shield off for me. So. Ground while I take care of this. There we go. Do that. And you can just kill them without even shooting the nectar at them if you really want to, but meh. I think the Tetramites will prioritize enemies with the nectar on them over nectar on the ground, though, if I remember correctly. So it's a little finicky sometimes, but I'm missing my shots there. I'm trying to get the bomb so I can give it to them. Go. That's fine. I'm not really worried about that. Let's get rid of the little guys. This guy, whoops, this guy right there does not have anything on him, so.
Now that is hardcore, folks. No weapons, no gadgets, just a Lombax and it's ready.
Alright, Tetramites, whenever you are ready. I'll handle them while I'm waiting for you, I suppose. And there's one. Oh, God. I don't know, is this the most messed up way we've killed enemies in this series so far? Something tells me the interdimensional demon is a little bit more messed up. Maybe that's just me. Again, that's not a winning streak, Steve Bloom. I literally lost directly before this. Oh well. Still get a Constructo mod out of it, so that's not bad. I don't know what that one's for, though. It doesn't tell you right here, but I guess we can check it out in a little bit and find out. Here's where you get the treasure mapper, by the way, from battery bots on the battlefield. And then Overkill, I think it gets you a weapon, if I recall correctly. We'll see in just a moment. The battery bots controlling the Agorian teleporters have revolted, resulting in an uncontrollable flow of bloodthirsty gladiators. To activate the emergency cutoff switch, you'll have to return the bots their sockets before time runs out. Okay, sounds simple enough. Alright, so we've got battery bots, we've got enemies here. I'm going to use the Rift Inducer, because I think it'll work pretty okay. As like a little, you know, keeping the enemies busy while I grab the battery bots that teleport onto the field. They'll teleport the battery bots onto the field with the enemies, basically, so. You better stop that right now, sir. Let's see. Battery bot. Right there, I think. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, that's not right. Grab him again. Yeah, you get a little bit of time every time you, Oh, you know what I could use? This is what I could use. Probably work a little better. You get a little bit of extra time every time you toss a battery bot in, so. So just make liberal use of that time extension. Probably helps pretty good. These enemies are doing quite a bit of damage to me, though, so I gotta be a little careful.
That's one way to conserve ammo.
There's another one. Okay. I thought my aim was true, but apparently it was not true enough. right, we're done. Good. That wasn't so bad. I took a bit of a beating, but, you know. It's close, but yeah, summoning Cthulhu monsters is the worst way you've killed someone in this game. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to mess enemies up in this game, that's for sure. Okay, so here's Overkill. And the reward for it is the resident morph gun of the game, the Chimp-O-Matic, which does gain experience and does level up to V5, but, well, I feel like at this point you pretty much wouldn't have too much of a use for it because it's so late in the game. The Igorians created a challenge so deadly, it was officially declared impossible by the Terrachnoid Consortium of Statisticians. To win, you'll have to survive 20 rounds of combat, a hungry Wargrok, and the meanest Hydra tank this side of the Vartan Nebula. But will we be able to win out the Raritanium Cup, grab the Chimp-O-Matic for ourselves, and prove our worth to the Igorians forever? And will we be able to stop Dr. Nefarious from abusing the Grey Clock for his own evil necessities? Find out on the finale of Ratchet & Clank Future, A Crack in Time, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Apologies again, the mucus is suddenly getting to me. It still, again, all wants to come out right now. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I'll see all of you on the next one when we'll return right here on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, I'm going to decide by then whether or not I'm going to do the challenge right now or if I'm going to wait until a little later to do it, but we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. So, until Saturday, everybody, take care and have a good one. I don't know, though. Those last couple challenges kicked my ass, so maybe it'd be better if I got a little armor first. Might come in handy, right?